Doodle doop doop. Doodle doop doop.
It's Ignorant
Conversation.
Conversations.
It's ignorant conversation. It's ignorant conversation. It's ignorant conversations. It's ignorant conversations. It's ignorant conversations. It's it. I say yo.
Grr.
Yo, welcome to Ignorant Conversations. I am your boy, Smooth to the B to the A to the B, double I me, not why me, baby. It's easy. I'm godly.
I be feeling like I should be going last in these things because I be thinking, okay, hi, I'm Shay.
What's up, y'all? It's Gamo, aka the Young Goat.
You feel me? And listen, man. Well, first of all, a couple of people got on me for the last episode because
As they
they
should.
felt like not even that. They felt like my intros for y'all wasn't tea.
Oh,
You feel me? So listen, man. Listen. Y'all already know who it is, man. Of course, it's Smooth to the B to the A to the B double I me. Listen, man. So this first co-host that I got, listen, man, dope, talented. She can get in every pocket like a new pair of jeans. You feel me? And we named her the Young Goat for a reason. You know what I mean? And that's that's Gamo right there. That's one of the co-hosts. You feel what I'm saying? So y'all give it out to her. Yeah, woo.
Don DeMarco.
Don DeMarco, you feel me? And then the newest member of the team. Well, she's new to y'all, not new to me, because y'all already know that is my gunner, my right hand. Y'all already know it's Shay Dot, the motherfucking poet. You feel me? We in the building, ready and willing. Hello. Shit me, Black Girl Magic. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, you feel me? But nah, man. Before we even jump into any topic and all that, like, man, how y'all feeling this week? How was y'all week to start off?
It was cool. It's Sunday. I went to church today.
That's good. Praise the
Love
Lord.
that.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling clear. I'm in a good space.
And Gamo, what's up? How was your week? You feel me?
I'm hanging in there. I can't complain.
You're hanging in there. All right.
I'm fighting back.
Fighting back. Fight back.
You got to.
Get up.
Get up.
Sharkeisha, no.
I need some milk.
Life be feeling like the monkey. Like
Waiting around the
Shay,
corner.
don't do that, yo. Shay, don't do
Waiting
that.
around the corner.
no, for real.
Yo, you know what?
You
Yo,
said
you.
no. I was silent. I didn't say anything. Thanks.
No, it's all about. I'm gonna have to cut this clip up and add that clip.
Add the
Because
monkey.
people gotta understand.
You got
No,
got
people don't understand. Listen to what I'm saying. When I first seen that clip, yo, bro, that's probably one of the funniest things I've seen in a long time. My boy was
Bro, we
around the
watched
corner.
that clip at least 100 times.
Yo, no
and it was
funny.
worse because he started off chasing her, and you could tell that she was traumatized and did not want nothing to happen again. But he wanted the smoke, like
Around the corner, like
violated him. I don't care what y'all say.
he did something.
That monkey, because
She did
clearly was
something.
other people around, and he not like a monkey that don't like people. It was her he was on, so she did something. That's what I'm
Yo,
Definitely did. She definitely had that white clueless
Oh.
saying.
face
She
on.
violated. She violated.
yo, oh
She
my
did something.
God.
I'm
My
not.
boy was around the corner like a black parrot. Shut up before I give you something to cry for, bro.
It was not in the mood.
Yo, Shay, why would you? Because now you know.
My fault. It's true.
Let's get into this episode, man.
Right.
Because I could hear a wind in a closed room.
Oh, here we go. Today's episode.
Nah.
Today's episode is the question of the day is are black men the reason for broken homes?
And
Y'all think?
that is the topic today because recently K Michelle has sat down with Cam Newton on his podcast, and they was getting into a lot of stuff. I mean, it was 2 hours and 20 minutes worth of some great material to even have healthy debates about and conversations and be ignorant to the certain factors in that conversation. Ignorant as in to get educated. So don't be them ignorance.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So I'm gonna start off with Gama. What's your thoughts of that? Are black men the reason for broken homes?
Well, the easiest, simplest answer is no. We can't place blame on just the man, especially just black men. I feel like that's degrading our people more than we need to. When, as a whole, broken homes exist in every race, every culture, every economic stance. It just is something that happens. So no, I'll absolutely not blame black men for the reason of broken homes existing. Do I think that there are black men that do create broken homes? Absolutely, but I also believe there are black women, white men, Asian women that create broken homes. And I think even my interpretation on what a broken home is a bit different from most people.
So what is your interpretation of what a broken home is?
A broken home to me
Yeah.
is one. I like to preface by saying I don't believe that a broken home has to be toxic, has to be unhealthy, has to be traumatic. I think the easiest way for me to describe what a broken home is to describe what I believe it's not. Um, I do believe that a complete or non-broken home is when the mother and father are together, they have a healthy romantic relationship. Um, Whether they're married or not is, I'm not too specific on, because some people don't believe in marriage and can still have a successful romantic relationship. And I also believe that it looks like a healthy relationship between parent and child. To break that down even further, we have to look at what broken actually is. It's a verb, meaning somebody has to do the breaking, whether it's one or more than one person. And it means fracturing or damaging something to the point where it is no longer in working order or it is no longer in one piece. I believe that when your home is divided, when you have two homes, when your parents don't live in the same house, that's a broken home. I do believe that when the relationship between parent and child is severed, that is a broken home. I think that you have to think about what makes a home: your immediate family, your parents, and children. When the marital or romantic relationship between your mother and father is severed and that causes a split, that is a broken home to me. Um, it can still be healthy, it can still look like positive and healthy co parenting. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. But when a child is not seeing their two parents loving on each other, problem solving, grappling through life, figure out what they need to figure out, and also raising them with that same kind of grit and love and problem solving, it's no longer a complete home. It can still be a healthy environment. You can still absolutely turn out to be an amazing person as a result of that kind of environment. But I don't believe that is a complete cohesive whole family. That is now something split. And I believe that anything beyond that is a broken home.
Yo, Shay, I throw it to you before I even.
Perfect. I am not on the same page with Kama.
I figured. I
Yeah.
figured.
I was listening though. I was locked. I love it. Even breaking it down to the word of broken. You've always been very like direct and understanding, and I understand where you're coming from. I think that unfortunately and realistically, we also have to think about people who are kids who are not planned or not purposeful. Like like that is more occurrent than not. Like if we're being realistic. And to me, a broken home is two people who cannot cohesively co-parent together.
Mm,
That is what that means to me. I believe that I can, as long as I can, again, you even use the word love. Love is demonstrated in a different way. And it may not be romantic because there are people who grew up in the same house with the same parents who were never romantic towards each other. They were never violent or they were never blatantly disrespectful. However, there are many people who have never seen their parents in a loving, understanding condition. We are not actually conditioned for that. And in black households and in black generations, back to your grandparents, like your grandparents wasn't really rocking with each other like that. It was more like, hey, You know, I gotta
Yeah, I
cook.
think
You
that's
gotta
broken.
bring some money in. So we gotta figure this out. I may not love you. I may not be in love with you for the rest of my life, but we do got kids together, so we're gonna figure this out. And I think the only time that your home is broken is when your parents cannot communicate to each other, that then harms, negatively affects or breaks the child alone. I, to me, like, that is the concept of a broken home. Again, like, I don't see, I think that we don't always come from like broken homes. I've seen people who are together and try to stay together for the sake of the child and have a more toxic relationship than two people who can healthily co-parent and
I
separate.
think that's broken too. Don't get
Yeah.
me wrong.
Hey,
I think
and I respect that. I respect that. I just think that, unfortunately, in the world that we live in, I do think that people need to be more mindful with the people that they lay down with, more mindful with the people who they want to make mothers, more mindful with the people that they want to make fathers. So that is not just a man or a woman thing. People need to sit down together and say, yes, I want to have this baby. I believe in that. And I think no matter who say no, then it's no. But everybody has the right to choose, and everybody has the right to do with the things that they need with their body. But then I don't think that then negates that you are now raising your child in an environment where someone off the gate don't want them. And to know that you're bringing your kid into a world like that, then like it already puts you at odds. Um, but again, to
Oh,
me, no, literally already put you at odds. Cause like, why I want to argue with my baby daddy about some kid he trying to tell me he don't want off rip? Like, you ain't meet him. Like, I just think you ain't meet him. Like, I just think it's not. We have to get to a point where like we are making better decisions to allow our children to have better futures. Because the people are raising kids in like spaces where they don't talk to each other, where their kid is 6 and they sending them to grandma house and they picking them up from grandma house, and he's saying, well, daddy, mommy said this, and mommy saying like daddy said this, and now you have a child that's confused, that feels like they have to pick a side, and that's unfair to children.
yeah.
Period.
Well,
can I ask a
basic.
question real quick?
Of course. Oh, well,
Just
do you want to say your point, or do God
No.
move? Oh,
oh my bad.
Ask.
Just a quick question. You feel like a broken home is a toxic environment?
a broken home.
Always.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Go
Yes,
ahead.
even if if you live together and you being toxic, that is still a broken home. If you were apart and being toxic, that is still a broken home.
No,
I
I'm
think,
saying, do you think it's possible for a broken home not to be toxic?
um, mm,
No.
no,
Because
No.
I agree with everything you saying, but there's then some that y'all are disagreeing with me
yeah,
on.
no,
So
no,
I just
no,
wanted to clarify.
yeah. I think that
A broken home is always toxic.
it has to be toxic, because
Got
again,
it.
if we got a kid,
Yeah.
and I'm
Yeah.
saying, Gamo, hey, what you doing this weekend? I really want to go out with my friends. Da, 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 da. Is it okay if like they stay with you and you? Yeah, cool. I want
I
to go
don't.
this
I don't
weekend.
consider that a broken home though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, that's what
That's
she's
not
saying.
broken.
I'm
That's
saying I
Right.
don't
Yeah.
agree with
Yeah.
that.
yeah,
That's
like,
not
So
a
go
broken
ahead
home
and
to
give
me.
your point.
yeah, that's what I'm
Um.
for you.
Yeah. So for me, first of all, black men are not the reason for broken homes. So we could get that out the way real quick before I even get into that deeper. But for me, I mean, I agree with a lot what both of y'all were saying, because I can take from both sides. Because at the end of the day, you can have both parents in the household all day in America, but like you said, if they toxic and all that, then that's a broken home. You're providing an environment that is not safe enough for your children to grow
Mhm.
and become something where we break generational curses. Like, you feel what I'm saying? When people go, "Oh, our grandparents stayed together," yeah, but they was miserable.
Yeah.
That's not a that's is that really considered a home because you have the two parent figures there? Like, you feel what I'm saying? I really, so for me, I'm kind of like on both of y'all sides. I see where both of y'all coming from, but yeah, and that brings me to like what K Michelle was saying to Cam Newton. She was basic. First of all, I'm gonna say it like this. Nah, I'm about to lock in, cause yeah, she got me fucked up, cause look, I stand with B Simone more than I do with K Michelle.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, yeah, Yep.
these are gonna be in our videos
Yep.
forever.
Yep. I do.
Shout out
And I'm
Beast
gonna tell you why. See, a lot of what K Michelle was saying, it's like you're on the right message, but it's the wrong messenger. You're the same person that sat here and begged black men to love black women, and in the same breath said that you date outside your race. Why are you talking about black issues? Step aside. I don't want to hear nothing she has to ever say. That doesn't make sense to me. You can't sit here and tell black men to date black women, and then you literally say, I date outside my race because of that reason. What? I don't even want to hear what she got to say. And then the fact that you go.
There.
You said what?
I can see where you're calling
You
her.
can see where you're coming from.
Oh,
yeah.
right, yeah, right. And then on top of that, for you to go in the same interview with Cam Newton, yo, I done seen I done seen all my uncles and all that. They all married, right? And you go, I come from these examples of black homes being together, and then in the same breath say, I don't see it. How you don't see it if you lived it? You see it every day. If all your uncles and all that, your grandfather said, you said he took care of 9 kids after your grandmother died before you came and all that. So why are you sitting here putting out negativity like that, try to throw everything on black men? You feel what I'm saying? For trying to make it seem like we are the sole reason of why there are broken homes. I get it. We could be leaders and all that, but let's just keep it a beam. Every man ain't born a leader. That's just a fact. That's not.
And if we're being statistically correct right now, black women are the most educated in the United States. They are making the most money. They are like head of household. They are leading. And I'm not saying that to take away or dictate how black men lead their household. And I'm not saying that it necessarily ties to money. But to a lot of women right now in their situation, leadership does tie to money.
But then that's the way they was raised. Money ain't everything.
You're not wrong, but I do think that coming from these older generations, yes, completely that was the way that they were raised because women weren't allowed to do anything.
But that's the point. Women weren't allowed. Wow. Now that they're allowed, that means you can't take the same ideology from back then and apply it to what's going on. You feel me? This shit has to evolve.
Well, I will also say that's a good point. Kind of a different discussion, but also the reason that this gender war is happening so much, especially when it comes to romantic relationships, is because we're in a transitional period. People are applying what they've been taught to what the circumstances are now, which is leading to women mistreating men and men mistreating women. They're doing it for different reasons, but it's because they're in different positions now. Women are what men would say higher up, right? Because they base it off of money, because that's what it was based off of. That's what they were taught, is that money makes you the leader, makes you the provider, makes you this and that, right?
At what point was they taught that?
Who?
Men?
Like
no, at what point was money being everything?
I mean,
that was taught, because even back then, if we talking grandparents and all that, yo, dogs, niggas might not had a lot.
Yeah, no.
Niggas might not had a lot. And everything wasn't led with just money.
No, I'm not saying that, but in terms of, let me say, in terms of working, going out there and working, it was the men that's what they were providing. The money, whether it was a lot or a little bit, the money that was being made were by the men.
I know, but I think that
providing don't necessarily mean money. So I'm asking.
I agree with what you're trying to say, but I think that people are now trying to apply it to nowadays ideology. So the idea is that yes, providing before was you the only person that could go to work. So I have to do what I can do, which means I have to take care of the kids. I have to cook. I have to make sure we're okay. Now that we are moving forward in this transitional period where women are like making money, or this or that. Now the idea is like, well, you were supposed to be providing, but I provide for myself. So what is the provider thing from you? And I don't necessarily think that it's right, but I think I understand where it's coming from. Is that fair?
I'm trying to figure out.
Question.
Now I'm trying to figure out where down the line did money or how much a nigga make him a provider.
I'm not saying how much. I'm saying the fact that he, like Shay said, women weren't allowed to do anything, right? They were at home. They were meant to, like, the patriarchy is based off the ideology that the women stay home, take care of the kids, cook, clean, keep house. The
Mhm.
men go out and work, right?
Okay.
Do you agree with that?
Back then, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So that has, whether it was a lot of money or a little bit of money, they were the breadwinners. So it's
Of
solely
the
based on,
house.
I'm not placing a number to it. I'm placing the fact that they were the breadwinners. So any money compared to the zero money that the women were bringing in because they weren't allowed to work is enough. You get what I'm saying? And then women started going out and working, and slowly but surely. So now at first women are making enough money to take care of themselves, but the men still make more,
I still
right?
need I still
And
need the
but
man.
that's when things started to change, because now women are being able to say, like, oh, I don't want to cook. I'm going to work too. I don't want to just take care of the kids myself or just clean this house by myself, because I'm taking care of the kids too. And then women started making more. And then it's, well, now you need to cook and
Or
clean
take care of
and
the
take
kids.
care of these kids
Or
because
or
I'm the breadwinner.
or
So it's,
revamping what
So then,
providing looks like.
so
so
my
are we
point is
talking? Are
not
we
about the
talking gender
amount.
roles, or are we talking breadwinner?
I think that those both
I'm talking.
actually
That's what I'm
correlate.
saying. The two went hand in hand at first.
No, it don't
Before,
go
when you
here. And
thought, back in the days, breadwinner meant man, head of the household meant man.
Yes.
And now we're redefining what breadwinner actually looks like, what providing actually looks like, what head of the household may look like, and redefining if we can put a gender on that. But back before, it was very cut and slice. When you referred to all of those words, it was the man. And now it can possibly be the woman, and we don't know how to treat each other
It could be the
because
woman or the
what
man.
society said is meant for our genders, we're not conforming to those anymore.
Does what's your question? Because I feel like you getting it, but you got a question.
no, I don't. I just don't. I just don't. My thing is. My thing is.
Mhm.
When these conversations be happening in all these spaces, especially when it comes up to men need to provide and men need to take care of their family, I always feel like it's always a dollar sign on it. And my whole thing is, it's never been a dollar sign, dogs. I know niggas that might not even make 50,000 a year and still take care of it, and you won't
Kids.
know that, bro.
Right.
You won't know
Yeah,
that.
the kids that take care of their household. I feel the same. My uncle, God rest his soul, did taxes, right? In that 6 month period that he did taxes, my uncle made maybe $80,000. That $80,000 paid the rent for the year. That 80,000, like that, like my aunt at the time never had to pay a bill. Now, when he was down, he got down. You feel me? Like
Right.
money came and went, and I can't say what I want to say, but yeah, when it got down, it got down. But I do think that that is the problem now, and I think where Gamo's trying to correlate it is this idea of gender roles, because that's the other thing that plays a part of it. So many women are trying to put this idea of a dollar sign on being the provider, opposed to if a man is saying that he is going to provide for you, and that means he is taking care of your household. That means he is paying your bills. That means that you
But
got
that doesn't mean provide, though.
But
And that's the
what I'm.
problem.
I
So
think
But that
my
what
doesn't
point
mean
is saying.
provide.
of providing.
But
Providing
my
don't mean I
point.
need to pay your bills, bro. No,
I'm so
because
sorry.
in the
When I
same
talk about, I meant that we lived in the same household. I
no,
don't
but
mean
even
that we lived apart.
but even if we lived in the same household, I don't. My whole so and this would be the disconnect, right? And this
Mhm.
where men be feeling on something like, yo, dogs, I could pay my why why do I need to be with you to pay all your bills when I can stay with myself and pay all my bills, and I can cook and I can clean, and so it's like, what do I need you for then?
Yes,
So but when it comes to providing, that doesn't mean a nigga pay all the bills. That's not what providing means, because a nigga could pay all the bills and neglect all his other responsibilities.
absolutely, absolutely. And
Well,
but
I
I
think
think
my point is that you're saying, I agree that putting a dollar sign on providing is unfair, but the change in general is, if back in the days, right, the women weren't working, providing looked like the men, whatever money they made, whether it was a lot or a little, it went to the household, and that was that. They took care of everything financially, right? But the shift in gender roles, so you went from the women make zero, the men make whatever they make, and that's going to get us through,
Yeah,
right?
but
And
that
being
didn't
a,
make him a provider. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Even back then, just because you made all the money, guess who provided for the family back then? The women.
Because it was a mutual exchange, but you gotta let me finish.
It's not even about being mutual exchange. That's not mutual. Like, if you can't work, you can't work. That's not mutual. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not mutual. You can't work.
So if he's paying all the bills and she's taking care of home, that's not mutual. They're both not providing?
No, once again, just because he makes all the money doesn't mean he's providing. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. That don't mean he's providing.
I'm not saying that money is everything, but
everything.
it is something. If that doesn't all the bills he's providing, contributing something to the household.
We gotta lay somewhere.
Bro, that don't make it providing. That don't mean you providing.
So wait.
But then what is the definition of providing? I would like to understand because
because he's providing something.
That doesn't make you a provider though. Like that's all right. So check this out. So check this out. So check this out. So check this out. Let me break it down. Let me break it. Y'all ever seen Fences?
Yes.
Was he a provider? Was he a provider?
He kept a roof over their head.
Was he a provider? As a husband, was he a provider to his family? We're talking broken homes. No. Take your definitions of broken homes and apply it.
I cannot say that he was 100% a provider.
No, we're not talking percentage. Was he a provider? Would he be considered a provider today? Would he be considered a provider today?
Still, because if we're gonna make it black and white, if we're gonna make it, because it's not black and white, but it seems like that's what you want. So yes.
No, it's emotionally.
Did he provide what he needed to for his wife and children?
No, but you are saying it's a yes or no thing, and we're trying to tell you that it's not a yes or no thing. The thing that we're throwing around percentages is because you're right. Money is not everything. You're right.
But it is something. We can't diminish what money does.
Just because you pay all the bills doesn't make you my husband. Doesn't make you the man that emotionally takes care of me, that supports me, that pushes my dreams, that makes sure I'm okay. Again, my man go to work. My man go to work every day. I know he goes to work every day. Hey, his thing is like, hey, you're not going to pay no bills. But would I have been with him just because he said I was going to pay no bills? No. Because you sat with me, you said you care about me, you talk to me when I get, and yes, that is a big part of providing. But I would be a liar to tell you that him paying the bills do help me.
I'm not. That's my point. So the ideology today with a lot of women, they want a nigga to pay all the bills, right? And they just label them as a provider. And I'm telling you, that's not a provider. And you can pay every single bill. You can pay all the bills and still not be a provider.
Okay, I agree with you with that.
And I think my point, well, one, that's not speaking to what my point was before, but I kind of lost it in all the commotion. But what I will speak to is, if you're paying all the bills, you may not be completely a provider because there's a lot of things that you can lack. But we can't sit here and say that they're not somewhat of a provider if they are funding everything that you do. They are a provider in some aspect. Are they lacking in others? Probably. If they do not provide emotional and spiritual and what's the other one? Whatever the other one is, support.
Intellectual support.
Yeah, intellectual support. Yeah. Absolutely. Right, so they are lacking in certain providing aspects, but you can't diminish them completely as a provider because they are working to keep you in a house, to make sure you're fed, to buy you the bags you want, and to keep you looking how you looking. You know what I'm saying? So we can't diminish that role.
It's not even about diminishing. It's not about diminishing. My point is this: you can have a man that pay all the bills, right? Yes. And people will call him a provider. Right? Yes. And then you will have a man that want to go 50-50 and niggas would not call him a provider. And that's my point.
Okay,
that's
so
what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to say.
You should have led with that.
My whole thing is y'all kept going to the money aspect. Y'all kept saying, he pay all the bills, he pay all the bills. I'm gonna stay on that. If he pay all the, and that's why I
But you didn't let me explain what I meant, and so what I meant still has to come out.
Explain. What are you talking about?
No, you didn't though.
I did.
Okay.
I did.
Okay.
Like
what? Like, no, you didn't. Like, okay. I didn't get what I was trying to get out. So how are you going to tell me if you let me explain if I didn't get what I had to say out?
Okay.
I think.
It wasn't about the money. It's the changing of gender roles and it being in a transitional period and redefining what certain things mean. It wasn't about the money, but you stuck to the money. And when you, if you would have just started with somebody paying 50-50 and providing emotionally, intellectually, we would have agreed with you. It's not about the money.
We're talking. You keep talking about the gender roles changing to today, right? Gender roles changing to today. That's a part of it. That's a part of it. We talk about these conversations, and that's why I kept keying on like, yo, dogs, a nigga could pay all the bills. That doesn't just necessarily make him a provider. Because if
But we didn't disagree with you with that. We said that he is somewhat still a provider.
All right, and my point is, and when you
all right,
so when now that you're saying that, then when I say people do not consider a nigga that want to go 50-50 a provider, now everything changes. That's my point.
I think
because you didn't say that in the beginning.
I know
you just said a nigga that pay all the bills ain't a provider.
I think
because that's how people just see it. If a nigga pay 100% of the bills, he's a provider. That means anybody else is not. Because you kept saying back in the day when women was doing this and women was doing that and they could not work, to me, women was a provider back then.
And I said that though. I said it's a mutual exchange. They're both providing.
But then you said it's not a mutual exchange.
It's not a mutual because it's not mutual. It's not mutual because they didn't have a choice to work. That can't be mutual. That's all they could do.
I'm saying mutual in providing. Mutual in providing, yes, it is. They're both
that's
providing.
That's not mutual. If I can't go left and I only could go right, that's not a mutual. That's mandatory. I have to go right.
But
she don't have to cook and clean.
No, that's smooth.
She don't have to do that.
Oh my!
If a man went to work every single day, unfortunately, right? And in real life, let's not even say back in the old days. Right now, let's use.
We can talk right now.
Right now. Right? There's a girl on TikTok. Her name is like Erica Mena or something like that. She real cool. She real cutesy. She brown skin and all that. She met her husband in Howard. Her husband is in tech. He makes $250,000. She is a stay-at-home influencer with a dog. She does not, and that's not to, if you ever see this girl, I love you. You're so great and you're beautiful. Let me just let you know you're beautiful. But what we're trying to say is that I think it depends on the woman and what you see a provider coming as, because to her, that man supports her life. They go on trips that she don't got a plan. They run around, and to her, she feels provided for. We cannot negate the fact that that is how she feels. There are many women, let's be real, that's going 50-50 with men and won't leave that nigga for nothing. That's my man. What are you talking about? So let's not make it sound. When people get on social media,
nigga that make $250,000.
When people get on social media and it's seen and they frown upon it, because that's what social media does, because everybody wants to throw out their opinion. But their opinion and what you're living is two completely different things. Women will be very quick to throw their opinion about something and will go half on the first date with a nigga. So I feel as if you're using the idea of social media opposed to real life. Real life is happening. What? And there are many women.
I'm using real. No. I don't use social media. I don't use social media. I use real life.
Smooth. It's not women going 50-50 with niggas.
I'm not saying. I know women. Time out. I never said that. That's my whole point. There are women that go out there 50-50 with niggas. My thing is the women that you're talking about, the women that you bring up, that nigga that make 250,000, those be the type of women that get on platforms and get a mic in front of them and say, if my nigga don't make over 100K, I can't date him. I can't do this with him. I can't do that. He's not a provider. If you don't pay all my bills, he's not a provider. I'm talking about those.
But my smoothie pot, if that's how that woman feel, let her. It's niggas, and she gonna date a nigga that make 100.
That don't make it real.
Then this
don't make it real life.
Now you know it's a nigga. I wouldn't talk to that bitch. Cool.
But that doesn't make it real life.
Can I also speak to
that is her real life.
Can I also speak to the fact that a lot of the females that say that, a lot of the Insta baddies and the influencers, right, say that because they're capitalizing on social media and are now making well over 6 figures, so they want somebody that's in their tax bracket.
Nah,
a lot of those women, those popping women that we see on our social media make a lot more money than we think they do. Not all of that money comes from niggas.
But I'm not
a lot of the women What are you talking about?
I'm not talking about those women. I'm not talking about the women that create
Can you
content
give me an
and they
example
got
of women that I know?
and they get 6 figures and they want somebody in their tax bracket. I'm talking about the ones that come beneath that. The ones that's out here that work McDonald's jobs and want niggas that make 100K. I'm talking about those that get on spaces and say a nigga's not a provider if he can't pay all her bills.
And that's why there were people like
That's
you
who I'm talking. I'm not talking about the ones that make a lane for themselves. If you make a lane for yourself, you make a lane for yourself. God bless you. Do what you
Right.
do, boo boo.
Right.
I'm not talking about them. You're an influence for a reason,
Right.
right?
Uh-huh.
That don't mean everything you see is right, but you're an influence for a reason. I'm not talking about the ones that create something for themselves.
You talk about the shorty that work at McDonald's.
I'm talking about the average joints that get on here that think they better than what they really are, and talk down on what men need to do and how men need to be. I'm talking to them. And when they go out and they get on spaces and people be in them comments bigging it up, that's the shit I'm talking about. That. I'm not talking about the ones that you make your own lane, you make your own lane. If you want to date somebody in your tax bracket, God bless you. I don't blame you. If a millionaire want to date a millionaire, by all means, do what you do.
And that's what I was saying before, because they say that on social media, right? They say all that. People in the comments be, yeah, girl, cause he can't buy me a Birkin. They be talking shit and acting crazy. And those be the same ones that be with the brokest niggas in real life. So that's what I think. That's also what we're saying in terms of like social media has this cloud of like this group of women that are on this men hate train. I can't stand a broke man and and they be
and been taking care of that baby daddy for 15 years.
They be lying because they be with them. They don't even be with blue collar niggas or 9 to 5. They be with broke, play PS5, P5 all day, every day. Don't never want a job because he don't want to work for the man ass niggas. You get what I'm saying? Those be the ones they be with. So I feel you, because what is pushed out to the media and the narrative that is pushed on men is unfair.
Yes.
But the ones that's pushing that narrative be with the lowest and bottom of the barrel ass niggas.
And guess what? And the ones and I could be wrong. But
I love you preface it like that.
I could be wrong, but because I feel a certain way don't mean it's right. You feel what I'm saying?
Fair.
So I could be wrong, but I feel like it's not just the job of. I feel like those women that you just described and the women that really live that life don't check them. They don't check them. They don't check them.
They don't be in the same circles with them.
No, I'm talking about as far.
I think that
they
women
don't check
like that. Can I be honest? I usually think that women that get on social media and we know you've been sleeping with the same nigga for the past 4 years and that nigga never had a job, been sleeping on your couch and moved in with you. Those women usually don't have no friends because women check them. Usually that's to me on my side. I done stopped being friends with a couple of, you feel me? And I know they're gonna watch this, and I'm talking about you, pump. I done stopped being friends with a couple of girls because I done said, yo, you messing with a nigga, he's whack, he's lame, he don't do nothing for you. And I'm not talking about, and everybody who knows me, I'm not even a fly me out, pay for this, pay for that kind of girl. I'm talking about the nigga can't text you good morning every morning. That nigga don't give you nothing to look forward to. Nothing. He don't do nothing but cause you headache and give you pain. What are you talking to him for? And I've been cut off as a friend for saying things like that.
Well, you like one in
two things you can't tell a woman about. A nigga and her baby. You start talking about that nigga and that baby. A girl trying to shoot up your crib.
I feel like
I don't know about the nigga, but don't talk about my baby.
Don't talk about my baby.
You can talk about that nigga though.
I feel like in a lot of space. I feel like in a lot of spaces, like even like I feel like, yo, when you in a certain position, you have to understand your position and have to understand the powers that be. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So the women that be in these positions, the women that create their own lanes, they make their 6 figures and all that, and they want to date somebody in their tax bracket, I think they unconsciously, for some of them, not all of them, because some of them do it purposely, but I think unconsciously a lot of them, when they talk about their lifestyle, they don't personalize it. They're trying to generalize it, like, and then that gives those women that y'all talking about the power or the influence to want to talk how they talk. So it looks like that person that's in that power is really initiating or agreeing or uniting and igniting all of that type of spark. Like,
But can I also negate what you're saying in the sense of like when we talked about the B Simone thing, it's media ignorance. People take little clips of stuff and take that and they run with it, or they say this or they say that, or they use somebody like let's Cardi B. Like, you feel me? Like, Cardi was stripping, chilling, hanging out on the block, like all that. And people don't actually see the work that she's put in. People just want the accolades. And that is the problem. We live in a media where what's that? Everybody want to be famous, nobody want to put the work in. Everybody want to be famous, nobody want to put the work in. So women take what they see and they was like, oh well, she was because again, Cardi is going to generalize it, because to Cardi still, nigga, I'm still that regular girl from the hood. I'm still that regular girl from the Bronx. I still send Culture to school in the hood. She go to her grandmother's house. Like, to her, that's still my life. To them, that's an idol who made it, and she was doing hood stuff and then got here. Why can't I get there? I'm not saying that the thought.
Sidebar is also because a lot, like, no shade and really not to be funny, but a lot of people just wasn't raised right. Because truth be told, you could consume the media, right? But if you're raised right, you can dissect it properly. If I see, right, Jada Waiter talking about how Lil Baby did all of this shit, right, and how she don't date a dude that make less than da da da, right? But I see what she got. I know that if all else fails, and Lil Baby or whatever rich man decides to cut her off, she's still gonna be good because she still got it. A girl that's raised right is gonna know I need to have my own before I start to depend and lean on somebody else that got me.
Right.
Because when that goes away, I still got to be good for myself. That's a woman that was raised properly, raised right. These women don't be raised right. They're raised from young. Find you a rich man. You feel me?
And let that
and make sure he do what he got to do. You don't got to bring nothing to the table, right? There goes the discussion of bringing stuff to the table and stuff, which is offensive to women that actually do. But I get it because it's a precautionary measure against the hood rats that don't really bring nothing.
Mm-hmm. And that's why DV cases be going up.
Shut up, Shay.
I love how this don't got nothing to do with broken homes.
No, it
does though. But it does though.
I think we did great segues.
No, it has a lot to do with broken homes because a lot of factors that comes into homes is financial.
Right.
And if a man is not pulling this in and pulling that in, that
is the leading cause of divorce.
No, but it's financial, it's gender roles, it's this idea of a transitional period. Nobody is actually wrong. Like, I do think that they're moving, and we have to figure out what that looks like. And we're not having honest conversations about the things that we need or the things that we are actually looking for in men. We are using social media and saying, oh, well, you need to just do this.
Because you know why? Social media is the new news.
Yep.
The new TV shows.
Yep.
The new libraries. The new schooling. Mm-hmm. Social media is all of that.
Yes.
But with that comes censorship and propaganda.
No,
but back to Gamo, the idea of being raised by learning how to dissect that. Knowing that your kids are in front of screens all the time, there needs to be more brutally honest conversations. My mother has taught me from bottom to top, and my mother had me at 15. Hey, you don't need no nigga for nothing. When you want to be with a man, you want to be with him because you love him. You love him, you adore him, and that has put me at a fault many times. Right. But like, there's a conversation to be had with your children as they're having these screens in front of them.
But you gotta remember,
these people are saying stuff that don't make it my reality.
You also you good. You also gotta remember that, like you said, your mother was 15 having you, right? But the way your mother was raised, you feel what I'm saying? She has that knowledge to even put that in you. But you gotta remember, as babies having babies, and these babies are influenced by whatever's being put on social media.
No,
you feel what I'm saying?
I mean,
and like you said, there is not a lot of space for honest conversations, right? So I throw a question out there, being that you said that, and Are there any safe spaces to have conversations?
I believe that
In
before
what
you get
sense?
emotionally invested with anyone, regardless of there is a safe space or not, or before you even establish that, if you think that this is somebody you want to talk to, pursue, whatever, you need to be straightforward about the things that you see in your future. I
No,
think that
I'm
that
saying
would
in general.
I,
In general, do you
Like
think
on
there
a
are
large
enough safe
magnitude,
spaces that
like on
have
a large scale.
brutal? Yes, on a
on a
larger
large
scale.
scale, just with people.
On a larger scale, are there enough safe spaces to have
No,
brutal, honest conversations?
absolutely not.
I don't know if I'm gonna say no. I'm
No,
gonna say this is what I think. In the era of social media where perception and opinion is subjected to whoever is watching, the safe space is what you create. I do believe that it can be a safe space because anything you put into the media is subject to ridicule, subject to fuckery, is subject to BS. You get what I'm saying? But in doing such, right, in reaching out to the media and getting your opinion across, you're going to reach the people that need to hear it. So I feel like the safe space is what you make it. If you allow yourself to block out the BS and just focus on the people that the audience that you're speaking towards, then yeah, it can be safe. If you're able to dissect the ridicule. But if you're talking about a safe space in sense of like there's no harsh language, no
yeah, no.
ridicule, no BS, then no, that's never gonna exist on a large scale. Never.
I think that you
Well,
would meet people and create genuine spaces with certain people. However, if we're talking about just social media as a whole, people need to remember that the moment that you put something out there, people are going to say whatever the hell they think, no
On
matter
a
what.
small scale, safe spaces absolutely
Right,
exist. Many. And
many.
those are spaces we don't see because they're not subject to public opinion. But
Right,
on a grand scale, anything that is subject to
absolutely not.
public opinion
Absolutely not.
is not ever gonna be safe.
okay.
Absolutely.
So because well, listen, I'm gonna let the people know right now. Like here on Ignorant Conversation Podcast, we are a safe space. You
Absolutely.
feel me? Like we rip the band-aids off and have uncomfortable conversations. You feel what I'm saying? But this is a safe space. You feel me? We can get into a little debate and still go back and act like nothing ever happened because we're just passionate about what we're talking about. All right, just throwing that out there, to throw that out there. But
It
so
is a safe space, but if you comment on something and somebody else comments something crazy,
Yeah.
so
We can create a
all
safe
right,
space.
so
It's not
even
just
but
viewers
take
will
take
make
it away from just social media, period, right? And I know that to have a safe space, you got to create a safe space. But there's a lot of people that feel like they're creating safe spaces, and they're not. There's people that don't know what even safe is, and that ties into even being in a broken home because a broken home. What was that number one rule when niggas was growing up, especially in a black household? Whatever happens in this house
house
stays
stays in
in
the
this
house.
house, nigga. But what if this household is not safe, bro? So what I'm saying is
A lot of what happens in this house stays in this house was.
right. And a lot of
because you
what
wouldn't have to say
I
that if it wasn't no bullshit going on in this
Right,
house.
right.
but not even not only that, but like what I needed to be protected from was in this house. Like you feel what I'm saying? So just taking just leave social media where it's at because anything that you just we already know anything you throw out there is subject to be
Yeah.
rebutted or however.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
saying like as far as in our community, in our neighborhoods, are there really safe spaces to have certain conversations because we can have certain conversations behind closed doors, but the moment gets different lenses on it, then it gets into a whole new territory of it's no longer safe. You feel what I'm saying? So that's like if me and you having a conversation about a person that's supposed to be canceled, right? And they get out and they get
R.
into
Kelly.
right? Yeah, and they get into a certain lens. People so quick to cancel and yo, you support this and you support that, right?
Oh,
But
that's
where
like
does
people
it become
now
safe
saying Diddy
spaces?
got out. That's like the people who are arguing and like well, if you can listen to Diddy or you can defend Diddy and you don't believe in like women's
Right.
safety and you don't believe in women, that's what they're saying. I was just giving.
Or if you
I know
support,
you was giving a broad example, but I was
yeah,
trying
like, or if you support Chris Brown and you this, you a woman and this and that, it's like,
to beat him down, Chris Brown.
nah, I'm
Did
saying,
you just say beat him down?
beat him down, Chris Brown.
Beat him down,
Beat
Chris
him down,
Brown.
Chris Brown.
No, man, nah, that's yo. I ain't gonna hold you. Yo,
Chris, don't get us canceled. We was just
nah.
saying.
Hey yo, Shay, that was in season 1. Yo, Gama, you don't remember that Chris Brown conversation?
Yeah,
That Chris Brown episode from season 1?
beat him
When
down.
I kept saying that, and you kept saying, yo, Smooth, stop saying
I don't.
beat him down, Chris Brown. Nah, that was his
That's
name.
funny.
In the hood, that was his name.
He was
Beat him
doing
down.
it.
But first of all, I feel like
Nah, I'm just saying. We're not even going dig
But
deep
the
into that
Rihanna
because
thing,
that's
that one I don't really get into because I feel like young stupid. Carucci though was a little wild.
listen,
Gucci?
listen. No, but
I
that
don't be
goes.
knowing.
So that goes. But anything that we decide to go down that route is always going to tie to being from a quote unquote broken home.
Yes.
At the-
Fair.
At the end of the day, so I'm saying like, if y'all want to go down the rabbit hole, I ain't scared, bro.
Well,
Like,
this is what I will say. One thing I want to make abundantly clear. I don't feel like when two parents are in the household, that is automatically a healthy, non-broken home. I want to preface that off rip.
yeah,
I
that's a
do
fact.
believe that a non-broken home, a whole home, does look like two parents happily together, romantically, healthily raising their children. That does not mean they don't go through shit. It don't mean that they sweep things under the rug to make it look like they don't go through stuff. But it means that they are healthily grappling through whatever they need to get through and therefore pushing forward as a healthy family. I do believe that anything outside of that is somewhat broken, but I also don't believe that broken families always have to be toxic. I believe that there is healthy co-parenting that exists, and the two parents may even fall in love and remarry and have two happy meshed homes. I think that's a beautiful. I think it's beautiful. I think it absolutely can be healthy and be productive in raising children. But I do believe that it is broken.
I don't believe that.
I do.
I don't believe that. I don't. I At the end of the day,
I believe that there is something. There is a
what's broke
disconnect
about
that
it? Because
happens.
a parent is not in the household. That's the broke part about it. That's what makes it broken. That a parent is not in the household.
Yes. Yeah. I do. I do believe that's what makes it
So
broken.
then when people then that goes back to, but then that's kind of like a contradiction then,
How?
because there's people that stay together just for the sake of the kids.
But she's saying that that's also a broken.
That's also broken.
No, but
I said
so
a
then,
healthy.
She said the only way to have a healthy. I believe that your version of a non-broken home is non-existent.
There's never parents they stay together, love each other, and
I think
produce
that
children.
I'm sorry. I do think that they love each other. I also think that if we're being realistic and honest, people, whether you were getting married at 20, getting married at 30, getting married at 40, 50, having a kid, I'm me, I'm pro-choice, I'm not against nothing. Creating, navigating, and going through your life, you cannot always say that you do that in the healthiest way. Like
But I'm not saying that that doesn't happen. I'm saying
Mhm.
sometimes they go at it. Sometimes they make mistakes. They might even yell at each other in front of the kids. They might fucking cuss in front of the kids.
Right.
But then they correct it with each other, and then they correct it for their children. I'm not saying it's picture perfect. I'm saying they go through the things, right?
Mhm.
Healthy to me doesn't look like always saying, okay, I'm going to communicate with you like this, and you're
Yeah,
going to communicate
no,
with me like I think sometimes it blows up and shit goes haywire sometimes. But
absolutely.
healthy means you go back, you recognize that was not okay, and you fix it. So I'm not talking about some picture perfect, oh, my parents never argue, and I've never seen.
But
No,
I
that's not what
also
I'm
think
saying.
that what you're describing, although you're not seeing it as picture perfect, it is also picture perfect. because it's not, my parents can argue. I've seen my parents argue, but they come and then they talk to each other and then they come back and then they talk to me and then they sit with me and then they're like, hey, mommy and daddy got into a back and forth and now we're okay and we're in a better space. That is also a picture perfect lifestyle. No?
But I got a
So
question.
wait, if we're not practicing those habits, if we're not saying, if we're not if let's say we go at it, it's a real big blow up argument, and we're not going back and
And
saying this
circling.
is where we went wrong, and we need to sit our children down and let them know this is not okay.
Absolutely.
Well, what are we actually striving for? That's how relationships are supposed to go.
I
Y'all
hear
supposed
you.
to go through the rough patches, and it might get ugly, but you circle back to it and you say, listen, that was not okay for me to handle it like this,
Mhm.
not okay for you to handle it like that.
Mhm.
Let's try and figure out how not to make that happen. And it might happen
Mhm.
again. And we'll sit down again and we'll figure
Yeah,
out how
because-
to improve.
and
That's what a relationship is
what
supposed
I'm
to
trying to
go.
say Gamo, is that I agree with you.
Yeah.
That is how I hope to raise my children. I
Yeah.
hope that I waited long enough to be able to sit down and talk to the person that I speak to, and us to be able to sit down with our kids. Hey, we yell. That's not what we do here. We need to find a healthy version of communication. What I'm saying is that in this transitional period, that is not how people ever raise their children. If people argued in front of their children, whether they were healthy and happily together or not, it was mind your business because you're a child.
And
So
that's
we
why
are
all of
now
these homes
creating this
that's why
space
so many
that
broken
was
homes out
never
here.
seen.
But guess what though? But guess what? Gamo, two things, right? So even if you, I'm gonna take what you said, right? Yo, argue in front of the kids, sit the kids down, right, and say, yo, this is not what we do. This is not how we handle it, right? Even with all that being said, what if the impact of that argument or those arguments or those times, the impact later on impacts that kid in a different way? Would you say they came from a broken home or a
No.
non-broken home?
I didn't say it was going to be
I'm
perfect.
asking. I'm
No,
not
I would
saying
not
that.
say
I'm
that.
asking the
No, I
question.
would not say that they are a byproduct of a broken home. No, I would not.
Even though it impacted them in such a way.
Because there's going to be an impact that happens, that occurs in your childhood no matter what. You're going to learn, we build bad habits from childhood all the time. Like, bad things are going to happen. You get what I'm saying? I'm not
Yeah.
saying that.
I think you can raise your kids perfect and they still be messed up.
I'm just saying
Yeah.
impact.
But and so I'm not looking for perfection. But what I am saying that I inherently believe that a broken home, or a non-broken home, looks like two parents being together and not just sticking it out for the kids, but wanting to be together, wanting to fight for their marriage if need be, and instilling that in their children. And they're gonna go awry sometimes. Things are gonna go left. Things may happen that may be negative, and the worst case scenario, it happens in front of the children,
So I
right?
got a question.
And that can go back and be corrected if it impacts them in the long run. Then hey, they made a mistake. I'm not saying the kids are gonna come out picture perfect. They never are. We're all a little fucked up about something. You get what I'm saying?
Okay, I got a question. So you feel like that only can happen if both parents are in the household?
What can only happen?
That
Reconnecting.
to have a non-broken home, you only feel that raising your kids a certain way, that only can happen because the two parents are in the household together.
So that's two different things. Do I believe that home is broken if the parents are not together? Yes. Do I believe that they can raise healthy children if they're not together? I still believe they can raise healthy children if they're not together. That's my point. I
Yeah.
don't believe that all broken homes
Are
are toxic, unhealthy, or bad.
Yes.
And that's where me and
So-
you guys disagree. Y'all
Yes.
think
I
broken
don't.
home
I
means
don't. I don't.
toxic,
I'm
means bad,
lost
means
now.
unhealthy.
I'm
I
lost
don't
now.
agree with that.
I'm lost now because I'm gonna tell you why. I'm lost now because the ideology of broken homes it always leads back to toxic, right?
And that is and I understand that.
No, I'm saying right.
For other people, not for me.
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying
For the majority of people, yes, the general
conception of
consensus
broken homes are
is negative.
because it's negative, right?
Yes.
And what you're saying is you can have a broken home and then not be negative or not be toxic,
That's
right?
how I feel. Yes.
That's how you feel. And you only feel like that if both parents are not in the household together,
and also like together, not just
romantically
together.
together. That's why that's the only reason why you feel like that.
What do you mean?
I'm saying you only feel like your ideal of a non-broken home is two parents together.
Happily,
Romantic.
not just forcing it.
No, romantically, happily together, right?
Yeah.
Right? And you only feel like that because they're romantically together. Right?
What do you mean I only feel like that?
I'm asking, is that the only
Non-broken home?
yes, in your eyes? That's the only non-broken home.
Yeah.
Got you. So how about this? Let me throw this out there. How about
I think I know what you're gonna say, but go ahead.
somebody was together, they was married with their husband, the nigga passed away.
I knew you was gonna say that. It is now broken. Sorry. And it's not a bad thing. It's
Yeah, I
broken.
can't agree with you with.
The father's not there.
Nah, but I can't agree with you though.
Oh.
Can't agree with
I
you.
didn't think, but here's the thing though. I didn't think you were gonna agree, but I knew you were gonna ask me that.
Because I feel like
Yes,
I feel like
to me it's broken.
I feel like if you're getting the impact of two parents, if you're getting the impact of two parents in a healthy way, even if it's co-parent or they together romantically, how is it? What are the kids missing? For real, what are the kids missing?
So let's put it like this. If there's two parents, right? Let's say there's two kids, and let's say the mother's not in the house, right? They with the father, right? The father is primary caretaker because they live with him, right? Even if maybe they divide their time, but there's only 7 days in a week, so one of them gonna have more than the other.
No,
right?
not true. But go ahead.
What do you mean not true?
Half days?
Oh, they doing like half days?
Yes.
Yeah, you gotta.
Okay, period. So the time is evenly split, right?
Okay.
But they're not together. So the parent is missing whatever one parent is getting, and one parent is missing whatever the other is getting.
Which is
There is things that are to be missed.
What my thing is this: what are the kids missing?
may I?
They're missing their mother when they're with their father, and they're missing their father when they're with their mother.
I think
No, what intangibles are they missing? Like what are they literally missing?
Sometimes you need both.
Just the presents, because if we're talking presents, then when they go to school and you go to work, they missing your presents.
No, what their presence provides, and when you're in school, you don't need your parents. You're getting something else.
You need your parents wherever you go. I don't know what you're talking about.
I hear what.
No, I mean in school, like you're not supposed to be there. You're supposed to be learning. They're at work. You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying that you need to be with your kids every second of every day.
That's
what I am saying. No. What I'm saying is that when, let's say the kid is at the father's house and they have a nightmare, they may need their mom, but their mom is not there. And they gotta just take their father. You get what I'm saying? They need. So when I say they're missing their mother when they're with their father, it's the things that their mother provides. Kids go to their parents for different things, and when they're both not accessible, you're liable to miss some things.
I think.
So what if the mother works overnight?
She's missing things.
But does it change? Does it change?
Does what change?
What you just said. If your kid has a nightmare and the father's there and the mother's not there, right? I'm asking you, if the mother works overnight, she's not there, does that change?
It may change, Smooth, because when that mother comes home in the morning, when you're apart, right? When you're apart, even if like you healthily co-parent, right? Everything don't always feel important. Do that make sense? Like, yeah, especially if things that I feel like I can handle, right? So, like, if we're separate and we have a kid, and the kid with me, kid have a nightmare. Kid, I want daddy, and you're not in the household, right? And I'm just like, hey, you got me. You stuck with me. You gotta let it go. And they let it go. They go back to sleep, whatever the case may be. That might not be a moment where I call you and speak to you about in that situation, because to me it was a breeze pass. Smooth. If we live together and you work overnight and you come back home, I'm gonna say, hey, baby, yeah.
So then what's the difference of coming in the morning?
I hear that, but
come in the morning. So I'm trying to.
I think that with healthy co-parenting, correct, there are also healthy boundaries. And I believe that sometimes you infiltrate someone else's boundary when you're trying to parent as well. Does that make sense?
In a sense.
Yeah, like, and I'm not saying that in a bad way, but like if we are in a situation where we were romantically involved, We were, because we had a kid. Whether it was a relationship or a sexual encounter, we were romantically involved, and we now have a child, right? And we've decided, hey, me and you, we don't gotta do too much. If it's not about our kid, let's keep it, here with it, like whatever. When I need something, and that's when it goes back to like to basic material. That's when dads usually get mad when moms start, oh, well, I need a book bag. I need pencils. I need back to school coming around.
Don't generalize it to just moms and dad. Don't generalize it to just niggas doing that. Don't do that.
No, I'm sorry. I was going to give a woman example.
Don't do that.
I don't mean it like that. But yeah, or like when you stay with your dad and you like, well, that she ain't bring you around no food. No, not like she didn't make like, there are moments where I expect to at least for you to check in to make sure that they're okay. And that is at a certain age. When they're younger, their responsibility is solely on us. When we are trying to keep our communication as strict as possible, or as co-parent as possible, you are going to miss out on some things, because there are going to be things that I have with this child that I don't share with you, because in that moment, and not maliciously, not meanly, I don't feel that serious. Whereas if we were together, you would experience it with me.
So my thing to,
and that's okay.
But my point, my thing is this, right? If we're talking like that, then no funny. It doesn't matter if you're together or not. Your moments are going to be missed. Period. So if moments are going to be missed, period. Even y'all can live together, y'all can be with each other, all of that. Moments are going to be missed, period. So if moments are going to be missed, period.
Always.
Right?
Yes.
So, and y'all have a healthy relationship together. Just because we're not together and we can still have a healthy relationship, moments are going to be missed. What is the difference?
The reason the moments are missed matters.
It could be any reason, it could be together or not. My thing is the same reasons, right? You're saying the reasons of why the moment is missed matters, right? It don't matter if we together or separated. If the reason is still the reason, if we have the same reason whether we together or not, how does that matter?
I think if the moment is missed, the moment is missed. I think that what I'm trying to explain to you, or what I'm trying to get you to grasp, is that there is a level of like, especially for me with parenting and like what I've seen in my life with my parents, with my brother's father, just like simple stuff like that. You then miss out on like a construction of a person off little things. And I'm not saying you miss out on your kid the whole time. I'm not saying stuff like that. Like, that's my brother's dad got locked up. He missed out on my brother's life. Whether he was an absent father or in jail, he missed out. Like, the reason is still the reasoning, right? But to Gamo's point, my brother can justify, because as children, they're trying to justify. In kids' mind, yes, they see the negative, they see the whatever, but kids deep down inside, to you at an age where you realize that this is not a healthy thing, I would love for my parents to be together. I wanted my parents to be together till I was like 7. Then I seen them interact and I said, hell no. I wouldn't beg for it. But as a child, I wanted to see my dad. I wanted to go to sleep and see my dad. As now that I'm an older person, I can understand that. It does not negate, though, how I felt. For my brother's dad being in jail, maybe he can understand. For him, he got locked up, he did something, he gonna get out soon. I'm not stressing it like that. Opposed to him being absent and being like, damn. Or him not being in the house with my mother and then being like, damn, I don't get the.
But that's that to me is different, because it's a choice. Why you got locked up, you made a choice to do some shit that you're not supposed to be doing, right? So, all right, so say like, all right, like we together, right? We together, we got a kid, right? And the kid has a show. I can't make it because I gotta work, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yes. And then we're not together. We're co-parenting and healthy. I can't make the show because I gotta work. What is the difference?
Okay, because
the kid is gonna go.
You're gonna come home after work and talk to Tatiana about the show.
Both of them parents.
Her name
I
is
can still
Tatiana.
eat, and even after work,
name
I
is
can still go
Tatiana.
and see my
Her name is
kid
Tatiana.
once
That's
again.
like
Like,
her name is
But no,
Tatiana.
but wait, I'm answering you because the biggest part is that kid is gonna go home and have both their parents at some point, right? And their day, they're gonna go home and share that experience with both of their parents.
and
And
they can
and it
still do
does.
that if I go over there after work.
You're not coming to most co-parents. You're not coming to my house at no late
That's
time this
not
evening. Like,
true. That's not true. That is not true.
Smooth.
That is not true. You cannot say most parents co-parent is not doing that. That's not
some
true.
kids is not. So what? So
Bro,
what?
that's
You're
not
staying
true.
over to wake up.
That
So
is
because
not.
let's say
I
wait,
can
wait,
go
wait,
see.
wait,
I can go see my kids every single day at any
Yeah.
point whenever I want.
wait. Mm-hmm.
Just like
that's the
Ashley can
relationship
come
that
over here at any time with unannounced.
That's
Yeah.
the relationship that you've built.
It
There
don't
are
matter, but
co-parents.
you can't say most co-parents
Okay,
don't do
you're
that.
right.
You
Most,
cannot say
well,
that.
all right, not
It's
most,
inaccurate. You
but
can't
maybe
say that.
some.
I just you know what the reality is we continuously fighting the fact that when one parent does not live in the home, you do not experience both your parents as much as you would if they did live in the home. And
Which
that
is
is just
true.
a simple
No
fact.
matter what you
You
say,
can
that's true.
argue with it, you can no, because I can do it. But at the end of the day, when one parent does not live in the home, right? When the parents live in two different homes, the children experience their parents together much less than they do if their parents live together. That
Okay,
is a fact that is non-negotiable.
I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna leave it here. I know people, right, who parents lived in separate homes, right, and had more time, right,
Mhm.
than a motherfucker that was together
Mhm.
with somebody and travels for work.
Question. Wait, actually, no.
So what?
Statement.
So
Statement.
if we're married and we're together and I travel a lot for work, then what?
Then
Then
what?
what?
What do you mean? Then what?
If
This is
me
what
and
I
you
will
together,
say.
all right,
Wait,
if
wait,
me and
wait.
you, if
This
me
is
and
what I
you
will
are
say.
married,
This is what I will say because I'm gonna explain. I'm gonna explain
There's
perfectly.
Tatiana.
You see how your friend, whoever you know, right? You know them. They've experienced their parents together more than a person whose partner travels for work, right? But you're comparing them to another family. You have to compare them to the family they would be if their parents lived in the same household. Do you think that they saw their
what?
parents? Listen. Do you think they saw? Because you said the person you know, right? Their parents did not live in the same house, but they saw their parents a lot more than another family whose parents live together, but somebody travels for work. What I'm saying to you is, don't compare one family to another. Compare that family,
The
right,
same family.
to who they would be, how often they would see their parents together if their parents lived in the same household. That is my point. That no matter what, if the parents live in the same household, they would see their parents together more than if those parents live in separate households. So yes, you may know someone that saw their parents a lot more than another family saw their parents, right? But you can't compare it to another family. You have to compare it to that family in the same circumstance, living under the same roof.
And what if nothing changed? Then
It would
what would
though.
be the
It
point?
would though. That is just a fact.
How would you know?
Please
You
tell me it
can't
wouldn't
say
change.
it would.
Because
You
they're
can't say
going
it
and laying
would.
their heads in different
You
homes.
can't say it would.
And the
It
same
could be better.
situation,
It
right?
could be
The
worse.
same
It could be the same.
hold on. The same situation, right? Same
What?
circumstance. They work the same amount of hours. They go do the same things, right? If you put that family in the same circumstance, right? And I'm not talking about the quality of it. I'm talking about the simple fact of they would just see their parents together more, right? Because that's what we're speaking to. If those parents in separate households live together, those children would see their parents together more. That is just a
So
fact.
you're just talking strictly off the fact of just seeing.
Or visual.
That's it. Just all visual. That's it.
That's what
Nothing
this
else.
analogy has come
No,
down
I'm
to
just
because
asking.
you're nitpicking at so much of the
Wait, come
let's
out.
say the parent
I'm
worked together
nitpicking on this. She literally just say we're talking seeing together. Did she not just literally say that shit?
no, I said the analogy has come down to visual because of how you've nitpicked the living together aspect.
Oh
You
my
have belittled
God.
the significance of two parents living in a house together. So now it's come to a point of just visual. If you want to talk about quality, then we can talk about that. But
I've
then
been talking about
you have to
quality. I
nitpick.
was not just talking about visual. You've been talking about visual the whole time. That's what I'm trying to.
Because-
You've been
because
talking
I'm
about
not-
the
you're
visuals.
talking
That's
about-
why I'm asking you different scenarios.
Because your scenarios are nitpicking all the little things that can happen within.
How? When your thing is visual. Your thing is visual. That's a visual thing. Somebody, two.
So your friend with the parents aren't together, right? You're telling me every time they saw their parents together, that was always quality?
You're talking visual. You said two people together, romantically together, raising a kid is a non-broken home. You're talking off the
healthily.
visual.
I did not just say romantically together.
Happily,
very
romantic,
clear.
happily, romantically
Healthily.
together. Cool, all of that. You're saying that, right? That you're talking off of visual. Off of visual.
I'm
And what
also
I'm
talking off
saying
of
is,
quality. Happy and healthily is speaks to quality.
bro, and even and if you want to talk about that, so when I say one of them travel for 6 months, for them that works. It's happy, it's healthy, all that works. One travels for 6 months.
Mm-hmm. What are you asking me? Is it a
So
broken
one
home?
travels for 6 months, and then you got this family over here, who parents aren't together, but that child sees their parents more together than this one that's together.
But I think what she's trying
But
to
they're not seeing them together. They're seeing them together.
They still see them
They're
together.
not seeing them together.
They do see them together. You wanted
No,
to be
they're seeing them
romantically.
in the same space. They're not seeing them
No,
together.
they don't have to be romantic to be together, bro.
I think her.
And what I'm saying is it's not. It's a broken home. It's not that.
But my whole
So
and I disagree with that. And to me, I disagree with that.
But
Because
we
you can
know that,
be
though.
together romantically and all of that, and a nigga could still miss 6 months. Or shorty could still miss
And
6
guess
months.
what? If he's away from the home
How is
for
that
6
not a
months,
broken home?
wait,
then?
but you didn't let me answer though. You said, what if that man, right, or what if that woman travels and is gone for half the year? That means they not living in the home for half the year, so that shit is broken too. You didn't let me answer
How
that
if they
question.
romantically together?
Because they're not
And healthy.
because see that's the BS
Nah,
though.
that
Because you're
don't make
taking one part of what I'm saying and you're not applying all the other. Every quality that I said is
not
non-broken.
applying all the others.
Hold on though, hold on. Every quality and aspect that I'm saying makes a non-broken home have to coexist simultaneously. So therefore, if they're happy and healthy and together romantically, but he's not in the home, then it's still broken because he's not there.
How is he not in the home? Because he travels for work?
If he's not home for 6 months
But
straight,
he
how is
travels.
he not home?
But how he is in the home if he's with like that?
What do you
So
mean
now
he's in the
you're
home?
not-
If he's away for 6 months, he's
What?
not in the home.
They still together though. He's in the home.
He's not.
He's in, and that's what I'm trying to. And this is my point. That's why I'm saying for you, Gamo, it is visual. To you, he's not in the home because he's gone for 6 months. That is visual. And what I'm saying is
but
not
it's about
always
quality
visual.
too. The kids are
Bro,
missing
that is
out.
visual. How is
They're
that not
missing out on
visual?
their father. They're missing out on their mother.
How
That's
is that
just
not visual?
That
Gamo?
is quality.
Gamo, how is that not visual?
If
You're talking visual.
you cannot be a father through Skype. I'm so sorry. You cannot be a mother through video chat.
God, bro.
You're telling me that's sustainable?
You can if they
You
make
can
it
be
work
a
for them,
present,
yes,
you
you
can
can
be a
do that.
present father or mother
Yes.
through video chat?
That so when a father or mother live in another state, you telling me they can't be a parent because they live in another state? Fuck is you talk what? What are we talking about?
How are you being
That
present?
doesn't make sense.
How are they being present?
How? How not? Sometimes you gotta make it work. They make it work.
I'm sure they make it work,
travels-
but it's
Yo,
still
Gamo,
broken.
yo, Gamo, that
If
doesn't
I
make
rip my
sense.
zipper, I'm still gonna find a way to wear my jeans. It don't change the fact that they
Gamo,
broke.
that don't make sense. That's that. Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. You cannot say. You can't say somebody is not a parent.
No, I can't.
But
You can disagree, but I can absolutely say that.
Bro,
You can disagree.
You cannot say that, bro. You cannot say that. You
Wait,
cannot
guys.
say that.
Wait, guys. Hey,
Cannot
we
say
can't
that, bro.
we cannot get into what people can and cannot say.
Nah, you cannot say nah. You
No, but I
cannot say
can.
that, bro.
I can, and I
You
am.
cannot say that,
That's
bro.
the crazy part.
All
Like,
I'm
right.
not
I
talking
can,
about.
I am.
Wait, time out. Let's clear this up. I'm not saying that you cannot talk or you cannot voice your opinion. I'm
No,
not
I
saying
don't
it in
think
that
I don't
aspect.
think
I'm
that
not.
that's what you're saying.
that.
But what I'm saying
I'm just clearing that
the
up.
way
You
you're
can say
saying
whatever
it.
you feel. Your opinion is
No,
your
I
opinion
know.
and it's
I
respected.
know you're not saying I'm
just
not
saying
entitled to my opinion.
you cannot say that because
But
that
I
type
can.
of shit is so insensitive. It's not even. I know. My homegirl father was doing life in jail in a whole nother state, and that man still raised his daughter, bro. And she'll tell you, my father raised me. You can't say stuff
And guess
like
what?
that, bro.
Guess what?
You can't say
Guess what?
stuff
My
like
cousin,
that,
and
bro.
you know my cousin, you know her. Her father did the same, and that does not change my opinion.
Yeah, but
It don't,
you can't
and
say
it
that.
don't. My
You can't say
uncle,
that.
he raised his
You
children from jail. I disagree.
can't say that.
I've seen it. I've seen it happen, and I still don't
So
agree.
how can it?
I don't agree. No, I've seen people say that. I've
No,
seen what
but it's a
people say
difference of you
that
not
is.
agreeing. But my thing is, it's a difference of you not agreeing and you saying you can't be a father through Skype.
Because that's my
Can't be
opinion.
a
You
mother
can't.
through Skype. You
That's
can't.
my opinion. You can't.
No,
But
you can disagree with it.
her version of disagreeing
do
is
that.
saying that
You can say I can disagree with them. I could disagree with that method or something, but you can't.
No, but
say
that's my point though. When you have an opinion, my
Oh.
opinion is that you can't do it. That's my opinion. Is that you cannot do it. To somebody else, they think that they can. I don't feel that way. I don't think it's possible. I don't think you can.
Very possible.
I don't, but I don't think see. That's my point, though. I've seen what people say is the possibilities. I've seen what people says is an example of it happening, and I look at those examples and I say, nope, don't see it. I don't agree with that. That was not. They did the best that they could. Absolutely. I'm not saying they're a bad person. I'm not saying that they're horrible. I'm not saying that they didn't do everything that they possibly could to be a parent. But do I think they succeeded? No.
Because of the absence.
And as
because of the absence.
What's the word I'm looking for? Insensitive as it is, that's how I feel.
Is it because of the absence?
Yes.
Okay, so what about a parent that is present and still absent?
That's broken as well.
No, I'm saying, but would they be considered a parent?
No.
Raising their kid, but they tried the best that they could, right?
Huh?
They tried the best that they could, right?
And they're still not a parent. And they're still not.
Okay.
They still are not. They still fail.
I just wanted to ask that.
But that's the thing, though. With me, it goes both ways. It goes for mothers and women. It goes for when it's in the household, when it's not in the household. It goes for absence and presence. It goes both ways. You have to have both.
So a man that
I agree that you have to have both
for his family, and he's gone for 6 months. He can't be a father because he's not there physically.
Say that one more time.
A man that travels for work to provide for his family, and he's gone for half of the year.
Every year.
Then
he's only half.
Family.
No, he only half. What would you say? He only half. He's a fucking jerk.
He's half.
Yeah.
That's funny.
See, for me, honestly, and this is why it was so exciting to have this conversation, and you feel me, like I was looking forward to this episode, is because I'm very strict on what comes with parenthood and bringing a life into this world. I'm very strict with it. And a lot of people say it's insensitive, it's not realistic, it's not fair, and those things are all fine and dandy. But if you're not providing emotional presence or emotional spiritual support, but you're providing physical presence, no, that's not enough. If you're not there physically, but you're providing that emotional support and you're giving and teaching the lessons, that's still not enough. You need to be there, and you need to be, and your presence needs, how you show up matters, and the fact that you're showing up matters. And I don't think that's too much to ask. I don't think that it's too much to ask for the child that you decided to bring into this world to have you there physically and have a quality you show up. That is what you sign up for when you become a parent. In my aspects, I've seen my mom do it, right? Because as much as she worked, she found out a way to be present there physically and show up properly. And in times when she didn't, she feels bad about those times. We talk about those times, and I've talked about how those times affect me. But more often than not, she shows up both. She understands the significance of showing up both. She will say sometimes it's not even just about showing up, but how you show up as well. So if she could do it, other people could do it too. Please. Please. And if you're in jail and you are the best, most amazing, giving the best life lessons, and those visits be hitting, I'm sure you're an amazing person. And if you were out of jail, you would have made the most incredible present father. But the choices you made stopped you from being there. Therefore, you couldn't be. And that's just what it is. That's how I feel. I'm sure other people disagree, and that's no problem.
Your
Because
presence can
my
have a
perspective
presence
is
without being
rigid.
present.
Huh?
Your presence can have a presence without being present.
No, you need to physically be
No,
there. I'm
your
not with the
presence can
whole
have a presence
spiritual.
without
Oh,
being
I
present.
felt my dad was there because
Like
of the family. Because I sent.
for
Oh,
me,
because I sent my
Guys,
sister-in-law in my place.
I
I'm not jacking that.
I
No.
think we're overrunning this episode.
huh?
I think we're overrunning this
Yeah,
episode.
no over no time. It's no time. Nigga think we play basketball.
This
Nigga.
is a 2-hour episode.
Like,
Yo, what the fuck you talking about? Nigga, shot clock? Huh?
I done ate a lamb chop. I done talked to the people.
I know.
I got a lamb chop. I said, I'm gonna get a lamb chop. I was in the middle of talking.
Yo, see, this is the problem. This is the problem.
It was so
This
good.
is the
too.
problem.
I'm so mad I ate one.
This is the problem, and it's a good problem right here on Ignorant Conversations podcast because we can have an in-depth, passionate debate conversation that we just had, and then one of these assholes would be an asshole would say, yeah, let's wrap it up because I'm eating a lamb chop right now.
That lamb chop was so good. I can't wait till y'all. You know, when we cut out our clips of our reels, it's gonna be me with the lamb chop. No explanation. It's gonna be me. Like this.
No, and it's dumb funny because
Dumb good.
time out. People would but this is real life. Like this is us in real
time.
absolutely.
life in real time. Like we can literally go from it sound like we hate each other and it sound like we don't like each other to literally 10 seconds later be dying laughing because either Shay eating a lamb chop or Gamo fixing her edges with her fingers in the camera. Like
It's okay. I think that they was glad this episode.
or
I
the
think me and
monkey
Snoop
looking
are
around the corner to see what Shay eating. The monkey looking around the corner to see what Gamo fixing. Like
the monkey was looking at y'all. Is y'all cool? You know?
Is you cool?
And I
Like, is
told,
you
Hey,
cool?
I told the monkey I ain't know.
Nah,
He asked
listen.
me, I was quiet. I said, I don't know. Sorry.
Nah, but I ain't gonna lie. Listen, man, yo, this is a dope episode. I think we need more conversations like this in our community and understand that everybody has a perspective and everybody comes
We
from
need to raise the standard.
different, right. Everybody comes from different.
Clearly, I need to lower mine. Apparently,
Everybody
not,
comes,
and I won't.
everybody comes from different walks of life with their own personal, insight.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And it's okay. Like it's fine, people, my people, black people, the black community. It's okay
It is.
to disagree, and it doesn't mean I don't have respect for somebody. I don't like them. Now we beefing, and now we on the internet. We going at it because I don't.
I was going
agree
to say,
with
yeah,
this
and that means, reminder, be respectful, because I know a lot of y'all is going to disagree with me. That don't give y'all the right to try and chew me up, because I will respond, okay?
And
So
also,
say, keep it cute.
not keep it cute.
Keep it real cute.
Clock it. But additionally, like also start having these conversations in your community. Start having these conversations with the people that you're around. Like you do need to hear, what does absentee father sound like to you? What does absentee mother sound like to you? What does it mean when you're not present with like that you're not present with the child? Like what does that feel like? What does that look like? Because people's perspectives should change a lot of things. Like I listened to Gamo today and it did make me think like a lot of the times we give people a pass because we know that life get hard and we think to ourselves, oh my God, like I know you was going through it and you did the best that you could. And it is okay, as my therapist says all the time, it is okay to tell someone, hey, you did do the best that you could. It
But
wasn't
it wasn't enough.
That's okay. And I'll also tell people the reverse.
Nah.
Come on, you trying to end the episode.
But it's like, that's like telling a kid, yo, you tried your best to get an A, but it wasn't enough. Nah, that's
Well, you wouldn't.
Well,
Well, here's what I'll say.
You gonna hate me how I'm gonna raise them niggas then? Cause I'm what I feel like that is
because
we keep sugarcoating the idea that we need to be not necessarily brutally honest. We need to be able to adapt and like know your kid. However, those conversations do need to happen. Hey, baby, you telling me that you really try. I'm proud of you. This not an A. So how you feel if my kid has like an IEP or something?
Yeah, but that's different than yo. you tried your best and it wasn't enough. That's
But-
different.
But so
Like,
you
at the end of
comparing
the-
that to a child.
So you wouldn't
No,
say it like
grown
that because the
people
child
making-
doesn't have
Come on.
the
No, but
most
even
of the
but
intellect to process that.
Come on. Because you saying from a child to a grown person, a lot of times when grown people are going through what they're going through and they did what they did, they still coming from a child's place. So let's not do that. You can't say and say you're telling them, even if you're telling them,
They're coming from a child's place and not being a child is two completely different things.
No.
How I would handle children, I work with children. I would never tell a kid, oh, you tried and it wasn't an A. However, to you, my conversation may be, hey, Smooth, you really tried and you know I love you, you know I support you. This not enough. And this should be a safe enough space for me to be able to tell you that.
no, but my thing to you is you can't tell me what was enough. You cannot tell me that. If I gave everything, there is no excuses. There's nothing. You can't even rebuttal anything back. I did it. I did everything. And I did everything. You cannot tell me I wasn't enough. What is you talking about?
But wait, if you lost,
you cannot tell me.
but wait, if you gave everything you had and you still
If you gave everything you have, yo, some shit don't bounce your way.
Yes, and I get that. And if you sat down and you talk to me about if we go line by line, bar by bar, or verse by verse, and I have no rebuttals, I then will say, hey, Smooth, you really did try your hardest, and it wasn't in God's favor. But if
So that's different than saying it wasn't in God's favor,
wait,
then you not enough.
down bar by bar, and I said, well, nigga, you should have said this.
Come
You
on.
will be mad.
No, come on. So it's a
That
difference.
wasn't enough.
Come on. It's a difference. It's a difference.
Step outside.
It's a difference if, okay, let's just because we're all artists, right? So
Yep.
let's go. Okay.
wait,
You
sidebar,
say-
I'm gonna change my settings so I can charge my phone, but
Okay. So that's like sitting here and saying, right?
Yes.
Yo, Smooth, I need a piece, or I need you to write something, right? Because I got these people coming in here and they willing to give us $100 million check. Yo, I need something new.
Right now.
Right.
Tonight.
And I spit something to you. Being everything I went through, I spit something to you, right? You wouldn't, and I spit it, and you be like,
That ain't
and,
it.
and no, you'll be like, yo, did you try this? Like, did you put this? And I'm like, yo, shit, I tried all that. I did all that. I did this. I did that. I did everything. You be like, all right, so I'm like, yo, you tried your hardest. I don't think it's in God's plan for us to get that.
Right.
Versus, yo, Smooth, did you try this? Nah, I ain't. Nah, because I ain't try this because this happened. All right, well, did you try that? Nah, I ain't do that because when I was supposed to do that, that, I got mad excuses. Then I can understand you saying, yo, listen,
But
see,
that's what I'm
you tried
saying.
your best, but it wasn't enough.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm so sorry. We're saying the
then you
exact
didn't
same
do
thing.
your best.
No, but you're agreeing that you didn't do your best. You're agreeing that. You're saying if you come up with a bunch of excuses, then it is a space where you're not doing your best. When creating these safe spaces, that's the conversation that we are to have. You can come to me and be like, Shay, I tried this, and I'm listening to you, and I'm like, yup. Hey, Smooth, we ain't got it. I hear what you're saying. You did everything you could, and I love you, baby, but we ain't got it. Opposed to if I be like, yo, Smooth, I talked to you about this 6 months ago, and you tell me, oh, I started writing yesterday because I'ma get mad.
No, right. No,
No.
but what I'm saying is there are some parents out there.
Yes.
They literally tried everything. And for somebody to say, yo, you tried your best and it wasn't enough, that is not right, especially if they tried everything. Now, if there's a parent out there and they can rebuttal, yo, I didn't try this, or I didn't do this, or I went to go do this, I did this, but then they did this and I didn't do this, then you can say, yo, then you didn't try your best.
You didn't try your
Well,
best.
let's think about it like this, right? Right. Let's run down the examples. Like the example to do the person in jail, right?
Mm-hmm.
They may try their best. However, you didn't try your best from the jump because you made that badass decision to land you in jail. So you didn't try your best. It wasn't enough.
Hey,
Then let's talk about
my brother father who said, hey,
that situation is gonna come with a lot of layers because it's
okay. So let's talk about the traveling parent.
Huh?
Let's talk about the traveling parent then.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So let's think of a job that would have you travel. That would have you going for 6 months.
Let me look. I'm gonna Google
There's
it.
a lot of jobs that you could be an architect. You could be an architect. You could gotta
An
run the
archaeologist
building
be
in
going for a
London.
long time. An archaeologist be going for a long time.
Oh,
Breezy,
okay.
Breezy travel all the time. Kid stores are popping up in different states. He gotta go.
Okay. So with that job, right? Then you decided to have kids. That was not your best decision.
No, you can't say that.
You knew you wasn't gonna be there.
No, because that opens up a
You
whole
knew you
nother.
wasn't gonna be there.
Shut up, Smooth. Don't you worry about it. Shut up, Smooth.
No, say it.
Smooth.
Say it.
Go. Nah, shut up, Smooth.
But here's my point. I think my point is right. My point is you did your best, but it wasn't enough. Is based off of what your goal was. If your goal is to win this what is it? What's the shit we do?
Poetry?
Yeah, but the competition.
Slam?
Yes.
Okay.
If your goal, sorry, my brain funny said, what do we do? If your goal is to win this poetry slam, and you have done all you could, we run down the list. Did you try this? Did you try this? And you did everything, and you still lose. You tried your best, but it wasn't enough.
No,
it wasn't enough for your goal.
No, you can't say that.
I just want to say,
You cannot say shit like that. That
flight
doesn't
attendants,
make sense, bro.
cruise ship
That don't
workers,
make sense.
consultants, traveling.
You gonna say somebody not good enough and they like that?
No, I didn't say you weren't good enough.
Nah, you
I said
can't say that. You can't.
I didn't say you weren't good enough.
No, you can't say shit like that. It don't
I
matter
didn't say
who
you
it is.
weren't good
It
enough.
don't matter who it is. It don't matter who it is. You cannot.
No. I'm not
compare
saying
that
personally
part.
you. I'm not saying that the person
wasn't
isn't
good
good enough.
I'm
not saying that the person wasn't good enough. I'm saying that the capacity of their efforts at that moment was not good enough. You have to either get better. You have to find a new. What's wrong with that? If okay, when I first started poetry, if I was to get into a battle with Shay, my best would not be good enough. I did not have the capacity to beat her at that moment. I did not have the skill enough to beat her. So even if I tried my very best,
that's not your best.
It was my
It's
best
your
at
best
the
in that
moment.
moment.
It was
Right?
at that time. It was my best.
If it's your best, wait, tell me. If it's your best in that moment, it's your best in that moment. I'm never gonna tell you, yo, it's not good enough. Those words would never leave my yo.
So
you
your
tried your
problem is
best,
the wording.
but it's not good enough.
So
I would
your
never
problem
tell
the
you
wording?
that.
I think your issue is the wording because I don't think
It's
that
the wording.
I don't think that you're against having
Because
the
you're not
conversation
against
of
the
saying
idea.
Language. It's language. It's language.
Okay.
Language matters. Let's not act like it. Don't try to.
No, I'm not saying.
language
No,
matters.
we get you. We
No,
understand
I think
now.
that we were trying to figure out what the disconnect
Yeah,
was.
we were
with
not
you because
understanding the difference.
I've been with you and you have told me I feel like my first feature. I felt like I rehearsed, I tried my best, and you said
Shay, I'm calling you out on it. You
All
did
right.
not rehearse.
You right.
Y'all laughed at me.
You
No,
right.
let's keep it a beat. You want to
My
bring it up?
mind-
Y'all laughed
Bad
at me.
example.
Okay,
Bad
that's
example.
fair. But in my mind, at that time, that was my best. Like I thought, okay, I read through.
Oh, bullshit.
Okay,
It wasn't your best.
Did I say, Shay, it wasn't good enough?
No.
What
but
did I say?
You said hey, and I was. But to be fair, I beat myself up before that. But we had that conversation the next day, and you did say
No, we had it the same night.
And you was like, oh, I'm sorry. And then you said, I do expect better from you.
I said, so the conversation we had, you beat yourself up, right?
Say that ain't the same thing.
No, I said just like this. I said, first of all, we're going to take the positive. We're going to take the dub. Let's take our dub. We're going to take our dub. You got through the piece without looking at your phone. That's a dub.
Said that.
I said, Shay, let me ask you something.
Do you feel like
Did you rehearse? I said, I didn't say, let me ask you. I said, matter of fact, I said, did you rehearse? Matter of fact, you rehearsed on the bus on your way over here, didn't you? You was like,
yep.
Yeah, nigga, how you know? I'm like, I can tell by how you on stage. You say you want to be better. I say, yo, you want to be better? Because you can be better. I expect you to be better. Because you said you wanted to be better. So I expect that. I expect you because you wouldn't be hard on yourself if you didn't want to be better. So I'm reading all your social cues. I didn't just come out and say it. Now, me and you, well, all three of us, we have relationships where I can tell you, like, yo, Shay, yeah, that's not it, bro. And
you read poems and you said that, but that's what I'm saying. And that's what builds like the safe space and the thing. I then felt like I could lean on you. I then felt like whatever. But I do think that now in a blunter conversation, and I understand wording. Maybe you would not say that my best wasn't enough, but I could be like, Smooth, I really thought I did. I went up there and I really tried. And you like, yeah, not really though.
No.
I could see you say that. Like, I could
right, no. But that's my thing. I would choose my language because the last thing I want you to do is shut down or feel discouraged. So you be like, yo, Smooth, I did my best. I tried this, and I'll be like, yo, I hear you. That's how you truly feel. All right, so we gotta change something.
Right.
Something is not working.
Right.
But look, you gotta change something because right now your best isn't enough.
No, it's not. No, because I done seen niggas not be at their best, and it wasn't enough. I done cook niggas and I wasn't even at my best. I cook a nigga now, and I'm not even at my best.
No, they facts. That's not what we're saying.
Yeah, I think that we agree with what you're saying. I think
we all agree, but you just the wording is throwing you off.
Language is big with me,
and I feel like I'm in my very much I'ma say it how it come out era. So I think me now would say something like that. But I get you. Wording is important, and that wording absolutely can be discouraging.
Right.
It can come off a bit
in that moment, especially if you come down from a moment where you're down, where you're
right. That could be. You
don't want somebody to then be like, that wasn't enough. Like,
but I also do want to preface. I would never say that to a child because a child also doesn't even have the emotional intelligence to even break that down to what I possibly could mean.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, people gotta choose because people would talk to their child like they're talking to an adult.
Yeah,
like, I don't feel like that. Certain things, yes, but not everything.
Yeah, but I would never tell Aubrey, yo, your best was never enough, bro. I would never.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I would never tell that to Bonner.
Crazy.
I would never tell that to Doran.
I wouldn't.
And Sean is 23. Me and Sean would be Sean.
Yeah, I won't. I can't. And like for a child, whether they're a child or they're a child or they're an adult coming from a child's place, because a lot of times adults are from a child's place. They talking and they tell their parent like, yo, you say you tried your best, but it wasn't. That is
extremely discouraging.
Yo, I'm trying to figure out a better word than discouraging. Like, I don't got my SAT.
It's awful, kind of horrible.
Like, that person really, you feel what I'm saying? Call one of them 1800 numbers for real. Like, I'm not gonna hold you because I could. Like, if my kids was to ever tell me that, bro, like that, I won't even know how I would respond.
Okay, question. And y'all are gonna know exactly who I'm talking about. I'm not gonna say it. Just know who I'm talking about. If I were to tell them, no, I don't. Just listen. If I were to tell them, I believe that you did your best. I believe that you played the best hand you could with the cards you were dealt. You did the best thing you knew how to do, but it was not enough. Am I wrong for that?
You're not wrong in invading your feelings. You're not wrong. You can feel how you feel.
See, but okay, wait. Before
the impact that it might have. And the only way I would say is just the language, bro.
Okay, but look. But you see how? Because y'all know y'all with me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Y'all know the BS, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so now it's soft. Oh well, you're not wrong for communicating how you feel. See, we have to objectively look at the things that a kid might say that to a parent about. You get what I'm saying?
This is
we can't judge what kind of damage is done by certain things.
Wait, but so I would say this for me. If you was to say that, right? You wouldn't be wrong because yes, that's how you feel, but that feeling is coming from a child's place. So you wouldn't be wrong. The language to me would be wrong because you're grown now.
I think.
Am I still a child now though? And during
it, that feeling is coming from the child.
He's saying the feeling.
What about the feelings What about the feelings that are coming from things that I'm experiencing now? In adulthood. My child self wouldn't say that. But my adult self, based off the things that I'm experiencing as an adult, would say that.
Yeah, but as an adult, right, you can have the conversation of what you need, what is missing, what is going on. You can have these conversations.
And it's all,
before it has to get to, Yo, I try my best, and it wasn't before it even gets there.
But
That's what I'm saying.
Smooth, I think that is a little harder. I think that is a little harder because I will use Randy as of course, you know, Big Home, because I know he's gonna watch this. He's definitely talking smack about the last one. So I'll use Randy. Me and my father went through a horrible 21 years of me being alive, like maybe 22, like, and we beefed, we clashed heads, we this, we that, and me and my father has probably 6 months ago sat down and had an actual conversation in which I probably told my father all of that. Your best wasn't enough. I wish you did more. I've said everything I can say to my dad. I've said, so he know that. Love you now, Dad. But like that is what I was feeling in those moments, and yes, they were coming from the place of a child, sure, but they were also coming from a place of a grown adult who could not fathom your decisions or why you were making them. What allowed us to have a positive conversation, though, is that my father then said, you are old enough and I am old enough to understand how you feel and how it impacted you. I can tell you that was not my intent and that was not what I meant. However, it does not negate what you have been through and how you are feeling. And as your father, the only way that we can allow this relationship to continue to thrive and get to where it needs to be is I have to accept that is how you feel. I cannot change it and figure out what is the steps to move forward. Was he hurt by it? Of course. Did it make it wrong though? No.
And truth be told, the kid in me would really say, fuck you, I hate you. The adult in me says, I understand that your best doesn't even look like apologizing. Your best doesn't even look like taking accountability. Your best doesn't look like any of those things. And I may go the rest of my life without any of those things. But, and that best wasn't enough. However, I can still meet you where you are and still speak to your praises, still pray for you, still wish you the absolute best, and still be cordial and wish you the best. That's the adult me is saying, your best, I know it was your best, because a child in me could never accept that could be somebody's best. It took me to grow up and see that was your best.
And that's real.
That was what you could give. It wasn't enough, but I will meet you where you are. I will meet you where you are. A child has no understanding that when something is subpar, that it could possibly be somebody's best. I had to grow up to learn that. But I'm also grown enough to say, right, because the naivety that comes with learning that that's someone's best is sometimes falsely accepting that as being okay. Yeah. It also took me to grow up to know I can still say that even though I understand that was your best, I also understand that that was not enough.
Yes.
But God bless you, and I can meet you where you are.
Yes. I think that is so true. My father had me at 15. You can't, it's only but so much you could do.
How you gonna sit? I don't.
And I'm not speaking to your father. I'm speaking about who
I know. Listen, Randy gonna watch it, and he.
I would never speak about your father.
I don't.
My father can openly say, "I tried my best, and I know my best wasn't enough."
All right. If you're talking about your dad at 15, what is the best do you expect from a 15-year-old?
Disrespect to Randy. 15, 16, 17, 18,
no,
19.
I'm saying what I'm saying to you, Shay, is I get it. I understand what you're saying. I understand. I get exactly. I get it. No, but listen to what I'm saying. I understand. I get exactly what you're saying. I get it. Right? What I'm saying is there are times and there are times where somebody's best. Like, so your father's best at 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, right?
Yes.
You can't say his best was not enough. What is his best at 15? That's what I'm like. You can't, like, it's hard. It's hard to sit here and say, yo, that wasn't enough. Like, yo, what do you expect from a 15-year-old? Like,
but Smooth, my father and my mother also brought me into this world.
I understand.
So I as a child, I was a grown adult, can say I was subject to things that I should not have saw. Yes. I can say I went through trauma that I should not have gone through. And I can say all those things. And they both, mother too, my mother don't watch the podcast, but mother too, are responsible for that.
I'm not.
And they
That's not
should be.
all right. But that's not what I'm. That's not my point. Is my point
Yeah.
is this, right? My point
I
is
want my
this.
lamb chops.
My point is this. You can. So when you say when I say yo, you coming from a child's place, right? With
Mhm.
most of those feelings, right? Most of those feelings.
I think that that's actually the opposite. I think I'm coming from an adult place. As a child,
No,
I
I'm
was
talking about the
raised-
feelings that it wasn't. You said your best and it wasn't enough. That's not coming as a child.
no,
That's not the
No.
kid in you.
Well,
No.
that's what I
And
kind of just
the
tried to
child,
explain, but maybe
the
you
child
disagree.
is angry. If I was
No,
coming from a
that's-
child's place, it would be anger.
For you to tell your
Fuck
parent, yo, you tried your best and it wasn't enough, that doesn't scream angry.
Yeah, but smooth. It's a yes.
Not
I'm
when it
sorry,
comes from a
you
place
are
of
right, but
acceptance.
it's a completely different anger.
Not when
Well,
it comes from a
Yo, you
place of
can't wait.
acceptance.
Come on, I'm gonna keep it a bean. I'm gonna keep it all the way 1,000. No funny shit. No funny shit. My personal opinion, when you had that conversation with your pops, a lot of that, my nigga, you was not talking as no adult. A lot of them old feelings was not as an adult. You was coming from a kid's point of view. A lot of that feeling was coming from kids' point of view.
I hear what you're saying. I do not agree with you.
Yo, but it's no way you gonna, yo, because then if that's the case, if you're coming from an adult point of view, right, then that's like me asking, where's your empathy from when they was, yes, they had you, but they still was kids. Babies having babies. They still had to figure something out. They was babies trying to figure it out. So my whole thing is, if they're trying their best as babies, as teenagers,
Yes.
of course it's not going to be enough.
But smooth, that's
How
what
you hold that against them?
smooth. That's what led the conversation. That's how I know I'm coming from a space of an adult. To say that it was not enough is I can look back on my childhood self and know what I experienced. And the empathy comes from the adult in me that says, hey, I understand that you were children. I understand that you are only products of your environment. I know that my mother is raised in a struggle. My father has never seen real love. They have never seen what anything healthy looks like. That is an adult conversation that I'm having with myself. I can also say in the same breath, looking back, of course, there's a million things they could have
But in an adult conversation, Shay, you wouldn't say it wasn't enough. You wouldn't say
No,
that.
see, that's where I feel like we're not. That's where I feel like we're never gonna agree.
Yeah, we're not just gonna agree on that, and that's okay.
Because the problem is that you feel like an adult couldn't possibly.
I don't get that. That doesn't register with me as an adult.
And that's fair to say it doesn't register for you.
But wait, hold on, I was saying something, though.
If you can understand my background and where I'm coming from, and as an adult, you're still gonna tell me I wasn't good enough. Nah, I don't get
Well,
that.
that's still kind of trying.
That doesn't
But
register.
wait, hold on, because you cut me off, and that's what I was trying to speak to. The reason that we're not seeing eye to eye is because you can't grasp how someone can understand why something is the way it is and not excuse it. And
No,
that
it's
was
not
kind of
about an
my whole
excuse. See,
point.
that's the problem. It's not about an excuse. I hate when people do that. Just because I can understand and I can get where somebody's coming from, it's not an excuse. If that's what it is. If it is what it is what it is. That's not an excuse. Okay. I won't give nobody an excuse. But if that's it, if my parent was 15 and a lot of shit that I went through, if I could understand, if I know where they're coming from, I know you was young, you was a baby having a baby, so it was a lot of mistakes that you did with me. Like, I get all of that. Like, I can get that. I can get that. You probably tried your best at that time, and I understand that, and I get it. Today, though, you're grown up today. My language will automatically change. Today, we ain't doing that.
I hear you, and I think
we're not doing that because now you're an adult. You have experience under your belt. So now, if I need something for you, I can come say, "Hey, yo, Dad, I need more time with you because I'm starting to feel like this." As an adult, bro, I would never say to my parent, "Yo, you tried your best and it was never enough." As an adult, I can never say that. That does not register to me, especially if I understand where you're coming from. Nah.
Oh, so they should have said it as a kid.
Not if you say it as a kid, I can understand that. As a kid, if you're coming from that feeling, I can understand that because kids don't know a lot about what's going on.
But
what
the
is
kid
coming from.
The kid can't even register that
kids don't know a lot about that.
Best.
What?
The kid can't even process that that's their parent's best.
Exactly. So they would say some shit like, "Yo,
No, they
you said
wouldn't.
that
They
was
wouldn't
best, and it
understand
wasn't
that was
enough."
best.
Sorry, but is the argument that because I'm an adult, I have to, and because I'm an adult and I've experienced life, I can see where you're coming from. So then that means I have to accept.
That means it wasn't enough.
That means I have
What
to
he
make
said.
it enough.
That
Right,
means
right,
it
right. So
Yeah,
wasn't
make it
enough.
enough. It's enough. Make it enough.
No. Listen.
That's
Once again, we're gonna go with language. We're gonna go with language. Y'all using the word accept. I'm not saying that you have to. If you can understand
Where someone is coming
where
from.
I'm coming from,
Yes.
what I've been through,
Yes.
what I had to go through, right?
Amen.
And it might have came of you missing out on certain things, or I exposed you to certain things, right? Or let's flip it. Let's just flip it. Let me use me. If I went through what I went through, it don't matter, right? And
I'm not saying it doesn't matter, but continue.
right, no, I'm just saying, okay, I go through what I go through or whatever, right? Or I have a sit down with one of my parents and they telling me everything that they went through.
Yep.
Everything that they went through. Yo, this,
Yep.
that, because I said how I felt.
Yep.
Right? And they tell me, and I'm like, yo, you know what? I get that. I understand that. It's not about accepting. It's about acknowledging. I can acknowledge. Wait, time out. I can acknowledge enough to sit here and still won't diminish your effort, bro.
So wait. With that same word, with the acknowledge word, I can sit there and acknowledge your efforts because that's what I did. That's what started this.
Right.
I can acknowledge that, baby. You was busting that ass. You was busting that ass. And can you look me in my eyes and acknowledge it was not enough for me to tell?
And my whole thing is,
why is those two not interchangeable though, Smoothie?
Because if you can say it wasn't enough, right? Yeah. You can say that.
Yes.
And what I'm saying to you is, because it's different. We're just talking about this particular thing, right?
Yes.
So you can say, yo, I get all that, I get this, I get that. Yo, it wasn't enough for me. Yeah. Right? It wasn't enough. Yeah. If I'm telling you I tried my best, I'm telling you. Yes. Sometimes people best is just their best.
Yes,
it's just their best.
I have a question.
It's their best. So now if I say and say, yo, I'm trying. So that's like if I'm saying like, yo, I'm trying my best right now. I'm trying my best, and you say, yo, it wasn't enough. What you think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna disassociate with you. I'm gonna disconnect with you. So if we're trying to build something, why would I say some shit to make you disconnect? That doesn't make sense to me.
Because that does not invalidate what I'm feeling, Smooth.
Yeah,
it does not invalidate what I went through, and it does not invalidate the truth.
It's not about invalidating. I'm not invalidating.
I get
because you're saying
how you can't tell me so you telling me there's not another way you can say that. There's not another way you can say that.
I gotta say how I feel in a way that's pleasant for you,
bro. Y'all. It's not about come on. Because y'all niggas always telling me I need to find different ways to say this and say that.
Yeah.
You tell me that? Yes or no?
Yeah, we do.
Then. So I'm trying to find the if y'all can tell me that, why can't tell y'all that?
Listen, we not.
I want to go to show and be like, boo, that shit is
saying that you can't. We're saying we
don't
do.
Don't say I can't.
No.
I'm not saying
wait. Are you wait, hold on though. Are we really about to compare a stranger that did nothing to you to a parent that may have given you real trauma?
Wait, no.
That's what
You
we're
said
comparing
no. You said so. I'm supposed to change how I'm supposed to say something different than how I feel. That's what you said.
No, wait. You didn't let me finish though. I said I'm supposed to change how I word, how I feel to be more comforting to the person hearing it, the person that caused me to feel that way.
And if you at a show, your job is to entertain me. And if you dirt, you causing me to say you're dirt.
That's the same thing. We really gonna say the same thing.
All right. Let me get back to being serious because I'm
no, for real. Be serious because that's not the same thing.
You gave it everything you had. Look,
that's
you gave it everything you had, but you still fell short.
No, but check this out. Yo, but to the ear, but to the ear, that sounds better than it wasn't enough.
But it's the same thing.
Short. No, it's better than it wasn't enough.
Yes, movie, but it's the same thing. It's the
no. I'm not. Listen to what listen. I think I'm misguiding y'all. Okay. I'm not saying that it's not the same thing. That's not what I'm saying.
Oh wait, so I get what
I'm
you're
not saying that
You're
it's not the
saying
same
that
thing.
you
What
agree
I'm
it wasn't
only going
enough,
off of
but don't-
language. Just
So you're saying that you
just
agree that what?
language.
But wait, hold on. Then. So you agree that it wasn't enough, but don't say that. Say it in a different way.
Say differently.
Of
He gave
course
it
it's
to
not
all
going
and
to be
it
enough.
fell short.
Of course it's
So
not going
you
to be enough.
so wait, answer my, so you agree it wasn't enough, but don't say that. Say it in a different way.
It depends because because somebody's best, for somebody if somebody came to me and said, "Yo, I'm a 15-year-old father, I'm trying my best," and somebody says, "But it's not enough," how are you going to say that? He has room to grow.
Well, the only person that can say that is the kid. The only person that can say that is the kid.
Yeah.
No, but I'm just saying it has room to grow.
Let me tell you,
to
Yes,
grow,
but that's
bro.
when something is not enough,
So
you grow, so it can be enough.
But let me tell you,
not everybody
the
grow.
lines I don't
Not
like.
everybody grow. When some people say, "Yo," when some people do their best, they not really doing their best. That's my point. If somebody's honestly, I'm talking about honestly doing their best, and you cannot rebuttal with anything.
But that's the thing, though. We're minimalizing or diverting from the fact that somebody's honest and true best can be absolutely fucking horrible.
Cool.
So it's not enough.
Cool.
And so it was not enough.
No,
all and I did.
No. But look, if somebody's absolute best is still horrible, right?
Yeah.
It's not even about it not being enough, nigga. It's just it's non-existent. It's non-existent.
No, but what if you did?
Well, there's something there. You got a little something going for you.
My dad will be Jordan.
Somebody's being their best to be just a absolute horrible. Like
no,
if it's still, well, I mean, like if it still sucks, if it's still bad.
And look, let me be
when
clear. My dad bought me Jordans, and he hung out with me on the weekends. He did.
So we can't take all of that from him,
right?
So then
he hung out with me. And in his mind, that's what love looked like because that's the age that he was stuck at.
And my point is, in his mind, that's what love looked like, right? So in his mind, he is trying his best. That's in his mind. He's trying the best, right? That's not your mind.
No,
that's not your mind, right? My thing is, okay. Now if you jump in his mind, right? And you say, "Oh shit, I'm in your mind. Oh, this is your best." Cool. Cool. Got it. This is your best. Why turn around and then say, "Yo, it wasn't enough"?
Because it wasn't.
What
part are you missing?
This is my part. This is my part. When you have conversations like this, and you have conversations like that, and you want to build a relationship with somebody, and you say shit like that, it's not going to build a relationship, bro.
I think that you're speaking from your own existence.
I was going to say, I think you're speaking to how you would respond.
I 100% told my father that it wasn't enough, and he said, "I completely understand where you're coming from."
Yeah, he might can be
as a child.
He might can take that for somebody
else. Feel the way that you feel, absolutely.
Somebody else might not.
However, we are talking about again, school. You feel understand is that we're still talking about parents here, and as a parent, I have to accept the way that something impact you, whether I agree with how I did it or not. And
that's not true.
That's not true.
That's not true.
Because I want to be able to move forward. Yeah, this is what I felt, and this is how I want to move forward. Either my father can say, "Fuck you." It wasn't enough. It will never be enough. And I can say, "Cool." Or he can say, hey, all right, let's work.
That is not.
And we've been rocking for like 5 years. That's my dog.
What you said, that is not true. A parent does not have to accept some shit, whether it is if it's right or it's wrong. I don't have to.
She said accept how something impacted the child.
I don't have to accept how you feel.
Okay, I don't have to accept how you feel. And what I'm going to tell you is that it's not enough.
No, time out. No, listen to no.
You solid niggas left, but it's not enough.
You cannot tell me I have to accept how you feel if you're right or if you're wrong. If
you agree with it or not.
Yes,
not if you're right or wrong. If you agree with it or not.
But it does not negate.
There's no right or wrong when it comes to feeling.
I'm talking about what you said.
Yeah, she didn't say right or wrong. She said whether you agree with it or not.
All right, then I apologize. No,
right or wrong. Parents got to agree whether you're right or you're wrong.
I apologize then. It's not right or wrong. It's whether you agree or not.
That makes now that's
I
different.
apologize if
Different
agree or
language.
not. Whether
That's
you
what I was
agree
saying.
or
As a
not
man,
with my feeling or with
Right.
what I'm experiencing, it is still the
Can we
fact
take a
of the matter
poll,
is
y'all?
it's
When
still
y'all watching this episode, can y'all go back and see if she said right or wrong or agree or not, and let us know who's wrong.
Okay.
Mhm.
So
And that's
comment down below.
That's
Comment
why I say you can't say that as a parent.
y'all think
comment team Gamo or comment team Smooth to see who is right, because I need to know.
I need it. I'm gonna go back and watch this episode.
But no, for real, I think the point is right, and this is where I feel like it's iffy, and it's interesting coming from you as a perspective. But if a child says, well, not a child not an age, but a child is in like a daughter or a son to a parent, right?
yes,
Says you went through X, Y, and Z. This is what you had to endure. That wasn't fair to you. I understand that has caused you to be a certain way. And I understand that affected how you were with me. I understand why you brought me up the way you did and why you maneuvered the way you did. You tried your best with the cards you were dealt.
Mhm.
However, that was not enough. And
no, don't say enough. Hey, wait.
No. I'm going somewhere.
Okay.
I'm going somewhere. I get you disagree with that verbiage. We're not arguing the verbiage anymore. You disagree with that verbiage, no problem. But this is what the kid said. And the parent then goes, right? Because you said don't use that verbiage because you're saying something that's going to make a parent shut down. And the parent then shuts down. You don't believe what I did for you was enough, then well, fuck it then, right?
That's not shutting down. That's actually deflecting.
That's deflect. I'm sorry. Yeah, but I'm sorry. Yeah, that's deflecting.
Okay, so what
You're right.
does the shutdown look like?
The shutting down?
You said you would separate from them, right?
Shutting down will be.
But you earlier in the episode said you would separate from them. That's what you said.
You would disassociate. Meaning you would disassociate from the
conversation.
You would disassociate. You would disassociate anything that you feel, any decision that you will make moving forward.
I ain't got no land job.
You will be in your head about it. I'll give you I'll give you an example. Let's take this as a small example, right? And I'll get personal. I've been out of work for how long? Going on 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Not because I don't want to go back to work or whatever. It's because my job is literally not taking me back to work. Yeah. They want me to go through all these tests. At first, it was my doctors didn't clear me. Mm-hmm. My doctors cleared me. Now their doctors are not clearing me. So I got to go through more tests and more hoops and more of this, right? And say from 2022 to now, if Aubrey was to ever come to me and say, yo, Dad, I understand this, I understand that, and it wasn't enough, that will crush me to the point where any of my interactions with her, I will have to second guess. And that right there is starting to disassociate right there. Just because you use it, and it's like, what wasn't enough?
Because this is a safe.
Well, that's the conversation you have to have.
I'm giving my all. I'm trying my best.
That's the conversation you have to ask. Where did I come up short? What is it that you feel was not enough?
Yes, Smooth, you're shutting down and you're deflecting and you're hurting your conversation with your child. Because regardless of whether,
why would you second guess and not just ask?
Because why would you tell me? Why would you tell me my best is not enough? What the fuck is
that about your ego? Because that's how she feels. And she's allowed to.
So she can't tell you how she feels because it's gonna make you shut down.
My whole thing is this: if you understand where I'm coming from,
she can feel how she feels.
Yo, all right, and because you feel like that, don't make it that. That's my point.
Okay,
don't make it that.
And just because you feel like that, don't make it that.
No.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. What? No.
Just because you feel like you did what you did makes it enough. Don't make it that. It don't make it enough.
Bro, it does, and it don't mean it. My whole you cannot tell somebody that.
But
that's what you're telling us, though. But that's what you're telling us. You tell it, so we can't tell them. You're saying that we can't tell them. We understand you did your best, but it wasn't enough. But you saying we can't say that. But then in turn, we can also tell you that you thinking you did your best and understanding
but you can't tell me what was my best.
You
can't tell me what was my best if you was never in these shoes. You can't tell me what was my best. Are you
did your best, right?
You can't tell me what was my best. That's the difference. You cannot tell me what was
Okay,
my best.
But
I'm
we're
sorry.
saying that
Let's
you
reword
did
it.
though. You did
The
do
way
your
you
best.
showed up for
You
me wasn't
cannot
enough.
tell me
So you
what
didn't
was
do your
my
showed up
best.
for me wasn't
So you
enough.
didn't do your best then?
You
Not
cannot
you
tell
personally.
me.
Okay, so,
Not
but,
you personally.
Smooth,
But
are you saying you did your best? Or are you saying you didn't?
yeah.
But I am doing my best. What do
Okay,
you want me to
Okay,
do?
so we're not taking that. We're saying that they all did their best. We're saying that they did
What I'm
their
saying,
best.
what I'm saying to you is, I'm doing my best. There's no way in the world I would ever respect if Aubrey was to ever say that. You cannot. That's what I'm saying. You
Well,
can't
that's-
say
Then
that.
that
Well,
would
that's
be
an
a
either
rock and a
thing. You
hard
need to
place
check
that
No,
you
it
would
ain't
have
no
to
rocking
deal
no
with.
hard
That's-
place. You
well, that's
can't
an
sit here and say
either
I
thing. You need
understand
to
where
check that.
somebody's
That is
coming
very-
from,
that is
what you've
very
been through, and then say, yo, you didn't do your
That
best.
is very
What the
unhealthy for
fuck?
you to
That
say.
doesn't make sense.
That's
That
like,
is
you know,
very
it's
unhealthy for you to
I
say.
think it's so interesting coming from you because you're a person that always says that like the ideology of like you're responsible for your triggers, right?
Yeah.
And this triggers you.
So wait, hold on. So when let's say that the parent, right? They went through things and I understand where they're coming from and I fell victim to their triggers and their past trauma and I understand what they went through. I get it. But it wasn't enough.
No, you
That's the
get what
same
you
thought
went
process. Why do I have to be responsible for what you went through? Control your motherfucking triggers.
through. Oh my God. It's a difference between understanding and actually getting.
No, but see, that's the thing. No, I get it. I really do.
You
And
get it.
because I get it, wait, hold on, no. Because I get it, that's how I'm able to
You get
understand
it or you
that you
understand.
did both.
Both.
Because listen, just listen. I get it and I understand it
So
and I feel, wait, and I feel you. And the reason I'm able to say that you did your best is because I get it. I get it. If I didn't get it, then I would have said you could have done better. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying you could have done better. I'm not
that's
saying that.
exactly what you're saying.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Wait, hold on. There is a difference between saying what you did was not enough and that what you could have done, you could have done better.
That's the same
No,
thing.
because look, let's bring it back to the example we had. If Shay rehearsed and went through all her went through her piece over and over again, tried it different ways, tried everything that she could try, and she still loses that slam, she tried her best, but it wasn't enough. But if she does not
Right.
rehearse and she just goes on that stage and wings it and still lose it, she didn't try her best. She could have done better. Trying your best and it not being enough, and not trying your best and being able to do better are two very different things.
So
Gosh, I think we're gonna wrap up this episode.
yo,
No, for real. Because at this point, I think we
This is a
should
long-
edit this part out and save it for a separate episode.
nah, because it, that
You
by,
tell me what's
by
in.
that
We can make this
oleology,
2 parts.
at that oleology, at 15, bro, you don't know what the fuck is your best.
Okay.
You can do
You put
better.
your
You
best
can do
foot
better at
forward.
anything. Then you can do better at anything.
All
At
right.
anything, you can do better.
And you could have been better at being my dad.
Like,
And
come
you
on,
wasn't.
you could do better. That's my point. So it's the same thing. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you can't say,
What?
no, it wasn't enough and you could do better, it's two different things.
They
Oh no,
are.
those are
Things?
different things.
They are.
They not,
Yes, they are.
If I'm not doing everything in my power
bro. But
Guys,
to succeed,
how you gonna? What can
Guys, it's been
really
such a wonderful episode, and like we love you. We love being here. We actually are supposed to film another episode today, but I don't know if we're in that space. With that being said, I'm gonna go get my lamb chops. We're gonna figure out a song to get out of here. But Smooth, please say who you are.
Yo, it's your boy Smooth to the B to the A to the B, double I me, not why me, baby. It's easy. I'm gone.
Young go who you?
it's your girl, Smooth to the B to the A to the B. That was I me, not why me, baby. It's easy. I'm Gamo. Shimmy.
You are the, and I'm just Shay. This was such a great episode.